podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me, so talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game can see the Boxing Voice.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, joined alongside a rotating panel of co-hosts. I got Michael Gross with me and Big Super Mex from Texas. We're here to talk a little boxing. We got Peter Quillin versus Alfredo Angulo and those results on the docket, as well as Trump sending in the troops. Is Ruiz versus Joshua in jeopardy? We got the face-to-face, or gloves is off, with Dereck Chisora and Joesph Parker and a woman I never seen before. And then we got Manny Pacquiao, still hasn't made his decision on which Garcia he's taken. And this is 4 main topics we'll be talking about today, plus a bunch of news and notes that you don't want to miss. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Now, don't forget, you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. Let's get this thing started. As we're a bit behind schedule, we're going to go out to Mike Gross, the boss.
DiBiase Production.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
BoxingVoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. Come on, Mike. He stayed down before he said it.
A man stand up for what he believe in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what up to everybody out there in the TBV universe, back with another one, and welcome to the Sunday flagship edition. Yeah, we had a good little weekend of boxing, man. Showbox Friday night had a nice card there. It's the year of the upset, man. It has to be. Alfredo Angulo turning back the hands of time and eking one out against Peter Quillin. Also, we have Joseph Diaz win a tough majority decision that a fight nobody's seen because it was on Facebook. I barely get to see. I've seen little clips and stuff of it, but not a real lot. And we got the whole Gary Russell controversy that we'll be breaking down and talking about it. But before that, Big Super Max, what's going on, Big Dog?
BoxingVoice.com.
Oloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's happening, TBV? El Perro came out last night looking like the old Perro. You got Gary Russell Jr. playing some dangerous mind games, man. Really getting greasy with it. Plus a lot more to talk about. You got troops head to Saudi Arabia, so let's get in. Let's without further ado, let's break this down. What's happening, Ness?
What up, champs, man? Happy to be here. I'm going to be honest, man. A lot of boxing this week that I don't want to say I wasn't able to catch because I watched everything, but nothing kept me home. I did the DVR thing this week. It wasn't a fight party. It wasn't a live fight chat. It was the record button. I'm out. Catch this shit Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon. Sleep through it. Like, I did fall asleep. Not because of the fights. Just early in the morning, you wake up, throw that on, coffee, bop, fall out after like 2 fights. A lot of knockouts. Woke up to a lot of messages, too. I was at Shadeja Green's fight yesterday. Hopefully you guys remind me to talk about that. So I wasn't paying attention to the PBC card, but I received plenty of messages when I took my airplane mode off. It was like, whoa, Chris Colbert did his thing last night. So A lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. I guess we start there with Peter. I don't know. I see some people saying they feel like he was robbed. So maybe, hopefully, that's the case. Hopefully, there's enough people out there that believe that, But it's like I said, man. With so few fights in so many years, he's just never been the same. They played all the highlights of his Zafara fights and all his big fights with Andy Lee, but that was all before Jacobs, and it's just like something happened, and who am I to say that? I know he won't even like that, but he just ain't looking the same, man. I don't know if he lost the hunger. He's got too much money. He's too good. Like, even when they introduced him on the telecast, it was more like, is he gonna stick around? Not really like, oh, he's coming for the top. It's like crossroads fight. Is he sticking around? And man, Angulo was landing some right hands on Peter, man. And I just thought Angulo was done. So it's hard to like truly assess or honestly assess this, right? Because I'm like, do I have to say that the Quillin is done? Like, do I have to admit that he's not there? Or was this, like I said, a tight fight? Did he have a bad camp? Because people were expecting him to go through Angulo, especially late-minute replacement. I don't know.
I think we got to give a little bit of credit to maybe Abel Sanchez. Maybe he reinvigorated El Perro. He's kind of got the style that Abel likes. And, maybe Peter Quillin did have a bit of a letdown in camp. And kind of, when you overlook your opponent, man, maybe you don't fight to that level. And these are the things that can happen. But definitely, I feel like Abel Sanchez played a big part in what we saw last night.
Yeah, ever since that I started like watching boxing, I've been seeing Peter Quillin fight. I seen the Jalen Young Love fight. I wasn't really that impressed. Then I seen what David Benavidez was able to do to Jalen Young Love, and it's just like, and I was going through my guy El Perro, the dog record last night, and I was noticing like all his fights, he wasn't stopped. It was like a TKO. It's not like he's out here getting knocked out. I looked at the Saul Canelo fight, it was a TKO. The Lara fight was a TKO. So I went in kind of like hesitant, like and the betting lines for the distance was excellent. So I put a little money on Peter Quillin to go the distance. And little did I know, El Perro was gonna come out. And like Big said, with Abel Sanchez, and just my first time seeing him, or like first time seeing him live, was last night. I seen like some film on him and stuff, but his fighting style very, very, very similar to what Abel Sanchez preaches. And put those two together, he was coming in and he was catching Peter Quillin with some shit. He had Peter Quillin on skates multiple times in that fight with the pressure. The body shots was going nice. And I know people saying Peter Quillin jab was popping out there, but in my opinion, what I was seeing from Peter Quillin, it was a more of a stay off me kind of jab than a authoritative foot forward jab. Every time he threw that jab, he was backing up. So that told me he ain't like what Alfredo was bringing to him. And he really, really, really put it on him.
Yeah, and when Perro digs deep, he was never really a upper level type of guy, but he was always, his nickname fit him well. He was a dog. People forget against Lara, he was actually doing very well, put Lara down, I think, twice before the eye injury. So, he was Laura, up there, but that was a long time ago.
It's unfair to say, but I bet you in that moment, Laura and people like myself who were Team Laura back then felt lucky. Because you're right, Laura went down twice. Laura was starting not to look good on Angulo's pressure, and then bam, he landed that one left hand that changed everything. It just, it broke Perro's face.
And that always stuck with me because Virgil Hunter brought that fight up. Because somebody was talking to him about Laura. He was like, shit, we had Alfredo Angulo had his ass on the ropes until that eye gash or that eye cut. And we got some chat coming from Rod 870. Peter Quillin was definitely robbed last night. I do not agree, man. Robbery is such a strong word. And to say that Alfredo Angulo or the judges robbed Peter Quillin, I think you're being unfair to Alfredo and what he was able to do last night. The Peter Quillin that you guys know, that you guys seen previously, like back when I wasn't watching boxing, he's no longer around. The Peter Quillin that I know, that I've seen box, doesn't tell me that he's going to be a contender at this 168 weight.
Yeah, man. Listen, I hope that Rod's super chat of feeling that Peter was robbed is something that the camp of Peter is feeling, so that he's not hanging it up. Hopefully he can bounce back, But again, he's got to sit down with the team. Does he want to continue? Because if you would have beat Angulo, then you're like a voluntary for a Plant or a Benavidez, or you have to fight a Chris Eubank.
Or even the Daniel Jacobs rematch.
I don't know about that one being as though he's on the other side, but, I guess so. But the thing is like, do you want those fights? Can you win those fights?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be tough of his setting because the way he was talking, you know what I'm saying? He said, and just quoting what he said, I'm glad my wife got a job. I ain't got to work no more. So that might tell me that he might be leaning more towards retirement. But he did say we're going to get with my team and see what's the best thing going for us. And like always, all PBC fighters do, he definitely gave a big shout out to Al Heyman. And big shout out to Al Heyman, man. He's out here taking care of these guys where they can make these kind of decisions and not fight if their heart is no longer in it.
Yeah, man, it seems like he just didn't come off as very motivated, which he hasn't in a long time. So it may be just kind of the end of the road for old Kid Chocolate.
Which is sad though, man. You talking about 2 losses and 1 draw in your career, man. It's a mental thing, man. It's the Silk Sheets thing, Peter's made some good money. Peter's made some very good investments. He's a good friend of mine's. I think maybe the hunger is gone. You need that hunger in this sport, man. You need that drive. We'll talk about that fight. I don't know if it's next on a docket or what, but like the Delorme fight, that was a fight of battle of wills, battle of who wants it more, who's hungrier. Is it a 35-year-old dude that the world considers too old for the sport, or is it a perennial contender that people consider not good enough, right? He's been there, in there with the names, but he's not good enough. And last night, he might have changed people's opinion of himself. That was a very entertaining fight. And, I hate that entertaining translates to rock'em sock'em robots. And at times, it could be called that. It could be called that at times, even though there was a lot of boxing skill here and there, double jabs, right hands, a lot of 1-2-3s. God damn, Delorme's in love with that left hook. He almost spun himself like a top throwing the left hook. They both missed them left hooks. It was a real good fight, man. This is a fight that if you didn't watch, you should go back and watch. Set your DVR, check your local listing guide, find out when it's replaying. If it's not on demand, check the Fox Sports app. This was entertaining. Delorme showed some surprising power. He's been with Joel Diaz now for some time, so maybe they're just starting to gel right after so many fights. Maybe, this guy, Williams, Terrel, is just the right opponent. What I want to say is that Terrel is the dude that got into the fight with Pritchard Colon, which after the fight, Pritchard has come out of there unlike himself and probably will never be the same due to illegal blows behind the head. Mike said, shout out to Al, and I know maybe not everybody in the world would receive this correctly, but I'm also giving a shout out to Al because this is a dude that after basically taking the life of a very promising up-and-coming Puerto Rican prospect, the first Puerto Rican prospect from Puerto Rico that Al Heyman had ever signed, Al could have got rid of him because it was such a dark cloud around him. You know, he could have just pushed him to the side, never helped him again. And here he is back on a PBC card after such an ordeal. So, damn, you know, Al really fucking fucks with these dudes, bruh. That being said, this was a hell of a fight. It's a hell of a fight.
Yeah, I'm on board with you and Mike, man. Shout out to Al Heyman for that. Boxing it's a sport where, look, man, you know the risk you take. You know it's happened. It's unfortunate when it does happen, but that's the risk they all take. But yeah, man, this fight was very entertaining. Had me excited from start to finish. Good to see Delorme kind of put his name back out there. And yeah, man, I was thoroughly entertained overall, man. What about you, Mike?
Before I get started, I want to say sorry to everybody that I gave this guy Terrel Williams. You know what I'm saying? I told you guys to pick him over Thursday. So if you listen to me, I do apologize, but you guys can see what I was talking about. Second of all, Marcos Villegas, for you to say that fight was not competitive and for you to have your scorecards as wide as you did, it's a damn shame. And I thought you were like doing a good job with that score cards and shit, but it's an absolute travesty that you had this guy winning maybe one round in that whole fight, and I just don't agree with. But to the fight, oh man, you talking about skills, you talking about rocking sock'em, you talking about guys showing dog, that guys showing grit. We will be lucky, and I repeat, lucky if the welterweight fight that we have this coming up weekend is as half as good as this fight. This fight was absolutely all action. Williams definitely showed some good boxing skills, man. Showed a nice double jab, a nice 1-2 down the pipe, nice 1-2-3. Delorme was just, after a while, he was trying to put some pressure on him, but it was like he'll get around here, then Williams will get around, in my opinion. And then Delorme was exactly like he did in the Jesse Barkers fight, come up with a big knockdown in the final round, which really, in my opinion, like kind of tilted everything in his direction. But scorecards didn't indicate that. Scorecards indicated that it was a blowout from start to finish. So it is what it is, man.
You know, the thing about scorecards, though, is a lot of times you can be losing close competitive rounds, but if one guy's winning them close, you know, it makes it look like more of a blowout. Although I agree, I think it was a lot closer. I think Williams won more rounds than he was given, but it is what it is, man. Sometimes these scorecards just don't make no sense.
I could see people having the Villegas scorecard or rounds like that because it was hard to give Williams a full round. It's like Delorme never gave up in any round. It was always a big dog fight to me. I always felt like every round I thought was pretty tight. They both were really letting it all, leaving it in the ring, really. So, I don't know. I could see the card being like that for either man, you know. Maybe not really for Williams. It's hard to say Williams won more rounds than Delorme, but it was a good fight, man. It was definitely a good fight, man. Delorme, he impressed me. That little vacant title fighter.
Now he's calling out Mikey Garcia, too.
Yeah, I don't know how likely that is. Well, I mean, it could be likely. Who knows?
I mean, he's a former stablemate.
Mikey definitely needs a tune-up. Mikey definitely said 140, 147. Then he said 40. He said, 40's probably the better weight for him unless it's the right fight. So, I don't know, man. For Mikey, I don't want to see him do this. This is exactly what he said he wouldn't do if he does, right? He said, I don't want meaningless fights. I could just fight anybody and get a check. That's not what I want. I want fights that mean something. So fighting Delorme means nothing. He don't really need it. But I guess, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't, right? Because like last week I'm saying, damn, how is Mikey going to get a pay-per-view with Pacquiao off of a loss? So maybe this is that setup. They need an in-between fight.
Yeah, but Chris Colbert, prime time, you know what I'm saying? Like the name, like the look, get up, like the Deion Sanders tribute. I appreciate all that. You know
The greatest
and I
cornerback ever.
appreciate you having on the San Fran Deion, not the Dallas Cowboys Deion. That was even better. But yeah, man, this kid, man, he keeps on getting in the ring, keeps on impressing us, keeps on showing that he got skill, he got movement, and he's showing that he might have a little bit of power creeping up. That was a beautifully placed punch. He kind of did like the Delorme Chico, went for the angles, cut him on the side of the head, knocked him down, put him to sleep, and it was over, man. It was a nice, entertaining knockout from Chris Colbert. And again, every time he gets on TV, every time he gets in that ring, he shows us a little bit extra, a little bit more dimensions to his fight. And I like what I'm saying, and I like the trajectory of prime time.
Yeah, I'm 100% on board with you there, Mike. He came out, put on a show. He looks like a star in the making. He looks like he's ready to take over. He would have looked a lot better in the blue and silver, but whatever, it was in the Bay Area, I believe, so we let that one go. But yeah, man, that grown man strength looks like it could be creeping up on us. And dude, what else can you say? He came in, put on a show, closed the show, did everything you do against that type of opponent, and he just has all the intangibles to be a big top star. Someone that you constantly talk about. The way he talks, his interviews are great. He sells himself well. I mean, what can you not love about this kid?
The beauty of this is that Yurokis Gamboa just went 10-round decision with Miguel Beltran last year in November. Miguel Beltran is also the son of Miguel Beltran Sr., who fought Crawford and Pedraza, signed the Top Rank for a long time, most known as Pacquiao's sparring partner until he actually won a world title. So, yeah, I mean, Colbert definitely makes a statement with this win, in my opinion, especially since Gamboa, just fought this dude only a pound above the weight that Colbert fought him.
Now, is Miguel Beltran Sr. the same as like Ray Beltran? You say he fought Crawford. He's over there with Top Rank.
Oh, shit. I said that. I said Miguel. I meant Raymond is his father. He was in the corner, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know why I said Miguel.
How the hell is he a junior then?
I don't know. But Beltran was definitely in the corner. Y'all ain't see him?
I didn't, bro. It was so quick, my nigga. I ain't get a chance.
Yeah, no, I definitely seen Beltran in the corner.
Chance to see him, boy. Go be out, got it.
Maybe his name is Miguel Raymond. Maybe his name is Miguel Raymond, and that's why they threw the junior. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't like the junior thing anyway. That's like,
You want to move right along, or you want to keep here for?
Oh, he's his nephew. They saying he's his nephew. I know he was in the corner.
Cool. So his brother is that.
Jesus Ramos. That was impressive.
Impressive, man. Sorry for Ricky, man. Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky, man. Ricky. He did all right, man. But like, wow, the way. It's going to be interesting to see this guy, Jesus Ramos. He just signed an Al. I seen him posted on his Instagram, and they gave us some backstory. I didn't even know he fought on the Pacquiao Thurman undercard. Shout out to Mike with the Corona, all frosty and shit. Say what?
That motherfucker cold as hell.
I seen the frost through here.
Mike, you should be drinking Bud Light. What's going on, man?
So, Jesus Ramos, right? I mean, look, this fight.
Huh? I got to say, Mexican beer is way better than American beer. Just saying.
Yeah. Is Heineken Mexican too?
German.
Oh, German. I like Heineken, even though I prefer Corona over all of them.
Thank you.
Unless I'm in DR, I'll take a nice Presidente. But Ramos, right? So he looked good in this fight. I got absolutely nothing bad to say about this fight. Because styles make fights. This particular fight, he could fight that way. But I felt like he's a weird plotter. His legs are very wide, and he takes very huge steps without throwing punches. Like, I feel like a more talented fighter might hit him with some left and right back hooks, vice versa, depending what position, they fight out of, and maybe some uppercuts. Like, he likes to cut the distance, kind of like staying low, but he wasn't receiving any fire on the way in. Like, he would just kind of fucking weirdly lunge. Not even lunge, it's the wrong word. It's just like he had his legs so spread apart. It was like he would just come like a fucking ant. Wrong phrase too. I don't know, man. Like a daddy long legs, all right? You know what I mean? Like a spider he just would creep in with no any sort of backfire coming from Rickey. Like, Rickey wasn't really doing that. So I wonder, can he use that style that he's cutting the distance on? Because he cut the distance well. He shoots to the body a lot, even if it's a jab. Then he comes over the top with that left out the southpaw stance. Like, the dude got skills. I just don't know if he's going to be able to use that style versus someone else that is going to be popping a jab or, trying to hook and pivot. This dude, Rickey, was just backing straight up. He wasn't pivoting.
Well, one thing he does have work for him is that he's awkward. And like you said, like the style, like, I don't know if herky-jerky was like the right word, but he it was like, I'm coming in like with this weird kind of, I don't fucking know. I just think that the kid has power. He looked good against the level of competition that he was in there with. He's not Rickey out. I don't really have anything bad to say about him. Jesus Ramos picked up another KO win last night, so I just want to see him back in the ring, man. See what we got in him, and see where his career goes from here.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't really get a chance to catch that fight, man, so I'll have to catch that on a playback. But I've heard a lot of good things about Ramos.
I believe the YouTube highlight is on their PBC on Fox already. They uploaded 3. The other one that I don't think Mike has on the docket is Jesus Esquiveras or something like that. I don't know, something. He got a knockout too. He got like 3 knockdowns first too, so shout out to him. I guess moving on to topic number 2. Trump sending the troops. I see people in the chat like, oh man, Trump can't send no troops. Saudi Arabia don't want. Man, they got an alliance, bro. Like, they're accepting this assistance, and it's not physical troops, right, Mike? Mike's more of the politician than me here.
I was watching an article from the Washington Post, so big ups to them, and it was saying like he's sending troops to the Persian Gulf, like the sea that's right there that borders, I believe, Iran and Saudi Arabia and what's the other one? Maybe Iraq. And like, they're not going into Saudi Arabia yet. They're still trying to make the decision if it's worth going in there and protecting their oil field and the refineries. I think that they said they've seen a little increase with gas prices, but not nothing astronomical that would make them go in Saudi Arabia just yet. But it could be on the rise. And in my opinion, if they do go in, it could be a good thing for the fight. You got American troops in Saudi Arabia. You got the fight going on, so we know if Eddie Hearn wanted to, invite some troops to the fight, then he could, and that might make it for a safer and more better environment. But I don't think that this puts the fight in jeopardy that much at all.
Man, if they got troops there, I think the fight is in jeopardy. And I was watching CNN. So they're not sending troops, but they're sending air support for drones and some other shit. So America definitely sending help already. Saudi Arabia definitely accepting it. But the woman that I was watching on CNN made it clear there wasn't going to be physical troops just yet. They sending air support for the drone attacks. Whatever the hell that means, you know what I mean? This is all out of my comfort zone. I just started watching politics. Now they're fucking AJ and Ruiz fighting in Saudi.
Yeah, they're sending, there's going to be in the hundreds of troops just to kind of send, what was I just reading it? I lost the word I was going to think of. But yeah, it's nothing major, not a major deployment, just to beef up security. And I'm with Mike. I think as an American citizen in Andy Ruiz, I think you feel a little bit more comfortable that you got some U.S. allies with you. I don't see that putting the fight in immediate danger because unless it comes from Andy not feeling comfortable anymore, simply because I think Eddie Hearn is just really trying to tap into that UAEB market, and they spend a lot of money, man. So those things are what they're trying to get into.
I don't see how you guys don't think that this could jeopardize the fight when this is a direct reaction to an action, right? So the oil refineries were blown up, troops get sent in. So the people that blew up those oil spots, so they're just gonna sit there and sit on top of their hands now, looking at the U.S. troops or whatever support America sent? No, there's gonna be another retaliation, which can make this particular high-profile fight a target for an attack.
I mean, we see places get targeted all the time. Doesn't mean that those same terrorists go back there and like target it again.
Well, I mean, we just seen that, Mike. June, there was an airport. I mean, the airport was attacked by missiles, and now in September, the same location was attacked.
But also, you got to consider those places.
It's located right beside the airport.
Excuse me?
Is the oil refinery located right beside the airport or something?
The oil refinery is in Saudi Arabia, though. It's not in Yemen or nothing like that. Just like the airport of Rada's in Saudi Arabia, right?
Yes.
All right, so it's the same location. I'm just giving context. You like, oh, normally they don't come back. This is showing they came right the fuck back in 60 days.
Yeah, but what I was referring to was the oil refinery. I think once they see the American troops there, they don't want any problems or any trouble with that.
No, and I agree. That's why I said that the fight could be now the target for the attack.
Well, and here's the thing with that, Ness, is you got to understand the most places they're likely to attack are what's known as easy targets, low-line targets. This fight is a high-profile event with beefed-up security, and I'm sure it won't be just security at the fight itself. I'm sure the surrounding areas, the Saudi Prince, is going to make sure this goes off without a hitch because they also want to bring that market there. So I think security will be beefed up in the entire region of where the fight's at, and like I said, it's just a high-profile event, so I don't anticipate it really getting too much trouble.
I'm just saying, drone attacks is drone attacks, man.
Even after the airport strike, they had successful concerts there with Rick Ross and 50 Cent and what's that white guy's name that you always bring up? I don't know his name, so I'm sorry not knowing. But yeah, man, I mean, I know that it's an unfamiliar territory that we don't really know much about, and we all think that it's terrorists always over there. But I just think that maybe let's see how it plays out, and hopefully everything goes with no hiccups. And I'm praying that the fight goes on and they make a good fight, and hopefully that they can do some more events in Saudi Arabia. Apparently, they like paying for boxing, so might as well beat their ass dry.
This is true. You know, I agree with you. I prefer for the fight to go off successfully and more good boxing come from this. If they want to pay, I don't know what I was watching or who we were interviewing or talking to, and they said that they are trying to make Saudi Arabia the new Las Vegas. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I don't know how you're going to make it the new Las Vegas without alcohol and marijuana being legal, but if they can...
And like prostitutes, too. I think all that's legal in Vegas, right?
Oh, yeah, they also don't believe in prostitution over there?
Bro, I don't give me the line. I don't know.
I mean, they might. I mean, that would be disrespectful to finish that sentence. Let me not say that. I was not gonna say that. I was just gonna kind of associate that. I mean, I want you to know what I was thinking, but then I think if I say it, it's still gonna be bad. So I'll just tell you all fair. How about that? So let's move on, man. I mean, hopefully, this fight goes on, right? We all want it to take place. We're all excited for its outcome and what it can be. I mean, you hear Chisora on the face-to-face talking about that these guys have another fight. So he might know something we don't know. And normally these guys like that, they do know these little things. They hear it through the grapevine. So, interesting.
Yeah, man. Talking about the face-off with Chisora Parker, I think it was entertaining for like what it was worth. Parker's not the most entertaining or energetic kind of guy.
He was
but
trying though.
Yeah, he was definitely trying. He was definitely trying. Derek Chisora just one of those guys, man. Who's the A side? Who or the fight at? He's coming to my house. I'm the A side. I was like, okay, I like Derek, man. He's a very funny guy. He's one of those guys that in boxing shows you, man. If you got a good personality and you get in the ring and you fucking fight and you absolutely give it your all, the fans would like want to see you over and over again, no matter how many losses you have or how many times you suffer a defeat. Because it's not always about winning and losing. It's about the people that you can touch with your performance. And Derek Chisora, even though we've seen him against Ajit Cabell and one other guy that I can't think of right now, where he kind of slipped up and had a dud, for the most part, he does go out there and give you a good performance.
I was entertained, but not like, I don't know, others. First of all, I didn't. Where's Johnny Nelson? Who's this woman?
It was a Matchroom thing, so it was like Matchroom flew their own people out to.
I knew it. I knew it was different with this little ass table and the plastic cups. Like, what the fuck? Is the budget, like, did they lose all the money? Is that why they not paying fighters anymore? They ain't even got money for cups? Or should I say glasses? They don't have money for glasses? And a picture, poor Chisora begging for water, foaming out the mouth. My man was looking like a rabid dog up there. Like, yo, where's the water?
Yo, and they told my man to watch the plastic cup.
My man drunk an empty glass like 5 times, like, and looked at her like, yo, where's the water? Yo, he literally said, where's the water? Like, come on, man, they wildin', they slipping here. But Chisora, man, he made it entertaining until it wasn't, because like some of the answers he was giving was just idiotic. You know, like she was asking some legitimate questions and he's like, it doesn't matter. I mean, you know, it's hard to even remember some of these weird answers, bro. Really. And Joesph Parker just, he ain't from the hood, man. He ain't from the road, as Tundi was saying. So he don't know how to talk slick. Because how the hell you gonna let Chisora talk about you when you been to the mountaintop? You won a world title. You fought AJ in front of 80. You got this dude clowning you that you lost in front of 80. Man, you got to tell this motherfucker he want to be where you been. He got to get through you to get to where you been. These motherfuckers don't know how to talk shit, man. They need a fucking writer, bruh. And speech coaches. Everything, bruh. This is ridiculous. Joesph Parker, man, I mean, boy. Bruh, I mean, all he had to do was say, really? When they was talking about donkeys, like, you the donkey of the fucking division. Who's your biggest win? What have you done? How dare you talk about me? Like, this dude is crazy. And I ain't talking about Chisora. I'm talking about Parker. That motherfucker need to look in the mirror and check himself. For real. Because he better. I mean, look, there might be some people that's going to pick Del Boy. But on paper, Joesph Parker's the better boxer.
All you got to ask is how many world titles you got, Derek. Tell me that.
Nah, how many you fought for and lost? Talking about me. Fucking.
Yeah, like he said, man, Parker just.
Did he let him lie? I'm sorry, Mike. I know I'm cutting you off. This is my habit. This is my habit. But how you gonna let him lie? How you gonna let him lie right in his face? When the fuck did Dereck Chisora fight for 50,000 people in the UK, in London? When he fought 50,000? He said 20. He said 20, 50,000 people screaming my name. Man, get the fuck out of here. Show me the numbers. Show me the numbers. What arena he did 50,000?
Maybe he was talking about views and or something, man.
Something like that. Who knows? But yeah, man, I tell you, like, agree, man. Parker's not from the roads. He doesn't have that quick, snappy kind of come back at you kind of shit. So Chisora is going to get the best of him in that round. But when it comes to fighting, I don't think Joseph Parker's going to lose to Derek Chisora. We've seen both fights between Dylan White and Chisora, and Dylan White and Parker, and I think Parker did a little bit better and was actually able to hurt his man. Derek Chisora was boxing Dylan White head off the second fight till he got caught with that same left hook that Parker got up from. So we'll see how it plays out, but definitely good pull for the fight being so far out. I mean, I like what Matchroom is doing by putting that out. I just enjoyed it for like what it's worth.
I just hate seeing things like that face to faces when there's one guy that knows how to talk that shit and the other guy just can't keep up, man. It's I don't care what anybody says. You got to be able to sell yourself, and people love hearing the shit talk, man. People love the drama of that. Obviously, you got to back it up in the ring, which I don't think Chisora's going to do.
When that nigga Parker tried to get that nigga Derek Chisora down, he was like,
he spit in his hand. He spit in his hand and shook it. And Joesph still shook it. And the lady's like, Spit Brothers. Man. See, that's the thing, though. What would have happened to Joesph when Dereck spit in his hand and tried to shake it? Joesph would have just got up, springboard up, smacked his hat off his head. Yeah, people would have rushed in. Chisora would have wanted to do something. But you would have got the one up on Chisora. You would have Chisora, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you let this dude spit in your hand.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
And you about to go he just said it on his face to face. His family in Vegas, but now you about to go touch your kid with a spitty hand.
Does he have kids?
I
mean, he said his family in town.
Oh, I mean,
he gonna put spit hands all on his mama and shit.
Samoan brothers and shit, you know what I'm saying? Man, I wonder how that plays out. Like when you get back like around your Samoan brothers. Like, hey, bro, he spit his hand. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
like,
Chisora even told him to his face, man, fuck off. Bro, it was hilarious, man. It was a little bit. It was funny on the low. It was funny, bro. Bro, and then he told him, he was like, you wasn't fit. Yo, Joseph Parker got to check himself for real. Chisora got in his head. I'm telling you, he got in his head.
Absolutely. If you're listening right now on YouTube, go ahead, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. Help with the visibility of the show.
Shout out to Big Nick. Chisora is the only dude to get glossed and by his own promoter. Glossed and beat up by his own promoter. That's what I'm saying. This dude, how he talking about Parker? He be getting knocked out in the big fight. Talking about I'd rather be knocked out than get up off the floor and lose. If I would have, and Joesph lets him lie. He just lets him. He's like, if I would have got knocked down like you, I would have got up and won. But you got knocked down and you lost. I'm like, where is the proof in this statement? Like, show me some facts. Where you getting these lies from, man? Yo, Chisora's entertaining though. That's what he is, man. He's moving the needle. He's moving the needle. That's why he tells you, he's like, yo, I don't care about world title shot. I just like to fight. And people just want to see a fight. It's true. They just want to see a fight, man. So he might be above titles. Look, he talked himself into an A-side status, bro. How you get knocked out to Dillian White and you A-side versus Parker?
Yeah, selling yourself, man. You got to be able to sell yourself.
Yep, and come to revives him and White probably did more than White and Parker. So
I just want to see Chisora fight some American heavyweights, man. Can we get some Gerald Washington, some big babies to put hands on them, some Adam Koronakis, even Wilder, man. They wanted to give Wilder that fight. Go ahead and let Wilder give him his retirement fun, man.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Brazil and Chisora fight. I guarantee you one thing, that fight gonna be
that'd be a good one.
You know what? You are absolutely right. I said nah because I just got this thing with Brazil, man. After like hearing, I don't like the way that he went about that Wilder fight. Like he was talking crazy. He was talking crazy, you know, like, no, this dude ain't got no skill. He's the worst champion in the world. The WBC need to take the belt. This, that, and the third, that, ba, boom, ba, ba. Like, it was more than just, you know, a fight. Like, he had all types of personal shit going on against Wilder. So, like, he talked so much, and none of it came true. that it's impossible for me to believe him. Not only that, like when I interviewed him for the press conference.
Yes. He got hit with a nigga that got a sledgehammer for a right hand.
No,
like, come on.
But the reaction
but
after
for
you
me,
went dark on social.
The niggas that Wilder touch, if he motherfucking breathe on you, you might fall down.
I just didn't like it, bro. I interviewed him, and he's like, yo, this dude's a bum. He hasn't fought nobody. And I'm looking at him like, and I'm telling him to, but brother, who you fought? Like, how you calling this man a bum? His resume better than yours? Nah, because how you call him a bum, but he a champ and you failed at a world title? Nah, because like I low-key don't respect him no more. Like he needs to do something. I think it was the
reaction he gave.
Of course it's the reaction. And now you lost to both champs. At the time, Joshua was a champ. You took a crack at him. You begged for a crack at Wilder. You said he was ducking you, bruh. How you gonna go? Like, come on, bruh. And then you go do that. So I don't believe him no more. I don't.
I can't just sit here and just beat down Brazil, man. Look, man. We seen motherfucking better men fall from that pudgy kid and no one's saying to stay down. And I mean, it's just tough when I see anybody get hit by Wilder. For them motherfuckers to get back up, it's a blessing from God. So I'm not mad at Brazil, you know what I'm saying?
I am. You could have just stayed off social media, but you went and vanished.
Back and like promote yourself, you got to come back and be a boxer. I mean, for the most part, he tried to weather the storm. Like he knew after that fight, it was going to be a lot of social media backlash from him, from like him taking that knockout. And he just said,
for all the shit he talked.
For
how disrespectful he was. He need a speech coach. He can't talk. Like, man, he went past the line. He went past the line. So let him prove something, man. They all putting him on TV trying to bring him back. Prove something. Because honestly speaking, his biggest win is Amir Mansour. Like, we got to stop playing. We got to stop trying to paint him to be something he's not. He beat Amir Mansour. That's it.
Is Eric Molina a bigger win than me? I'm asking, just asking.
I mean, maybe, right? Because smarter people would say Eric Molina had 2 title shots. Mm-hmm. But does that make you better because someone chose you for a voluntary?
I think it depends on the time you fought somebody.
Yeah.
Dog, he was chosen as a voluntary, man. And if he was the WBC mandatory when he fought Wilder, that's ridiculous. Because Arreola knocked him out in 1 before that. So I don't know, you know? I'm telling you, those dudes were mandatories, man. I mean, excuse me, voluntaries. You know, so, and that's another answer that the lady asked Chisora and Joesph ain't jump in. It's like, bro, you got world title shots because you are voluntary. Like, dudes pick you, you know? You just a pick, man. You just a dude that they know could get a couple tickets and move the needle, and you there to be knocked out. You there to go in, go all out, but your chin is there to get punched, you know?
Absolutely. But moving on to the 4th topic, man.
I like to see him with Gerald Washington, though. I mean, I know we closed it. I had that long pause. I apologize, Mike. I apologize. But like you know, Adam Kownacki, Gerald Washington, Big Baby. Am I missing any other American heavyweights? Charles Martin. Who else, man? They've been keeping this dude away from Americans all his life, bruh.
Let him get in there with FA.
Woo, FA.
Might be too soon.
He ain't American, but I will take him.
Chris Arreola, that'd be a good fight.
Nah. You trying to give the UK a win, man? What the
Chris
fuck?
Arreola just had a good fight with Cuadro.
And that's why, man. We don't know what that took out of him. This is
y'all let my man retire. He done.
Dog, that's late in the game too. That's late in the game. A rock'em sock'em fight like that. We don't know if he still got another one in him to win. He got to win.
I'm retiring for him. Chris Arreola's done. I'm gonna say it.
I'm just saying.
Yo, Brandon Maurice said Brazil. Go ahead.
Might be checks coming for you.
Brandon Maurice said Brazil and Washington need to go away, but that's actually a good fight. They should fight each other.
Hunter
on trajectory. Hunter's already ahead of both of them dudes. You know, why would Hunter look back at Gerald Washington and Dominic Brazil? What? Just to say I'm a beat a dude that was knocked out by AJ and Wilder? I mean, I guess there's some cachet. in
I
fighting
think the
him.
winner of this fight is actually above Hunter. Just to be honest with you.
I mean, from a star power point, yeah, because these are bigger names, but these dudes ain't actually moving up in like the position, right? Like I don't know. Let me go to BoxRec and see where they're at.
He beat Kuzman. I don't think Kuzman is on the level of any of these guys. He beat Usmanov. Don't think Usmanov is on the level of any of these guys. McCauley, don't think Martin McCauley is on the level of any of these guys. I'm just saying, no disrespect to Michael Hunter, just going off levels and based off resume and just based off what I've seen in the ring. None tells me that those three opponents are better than Parker or Chisora.
The difference is. Go ahead, Joesph.
I was gonna say, I think with Michael Hunter, you look at him as someone with potential, and now you look at Parker and Chisora as nothing more than just opponents, guys to put on the resume.
Or at least Chisora on the downside, about to be out the door, and Parker on the needing to prove is he on the downside or not, right? And as far as Hunter, I mean, his opposition in the last couple of fights are better than the opposition that Dereck Chisora's in there with. Dereck Chisora, he just beat Arthur Spilka. Hunter would do the same fucking thing. Like, Mike is giving him credit for being a name, but he doesn't win. Bacoli, I don't think that Chisora would have took the Bacoli fight. That's why he took a Sanad Gashi fight. You know what I mean? Chisora wouldn't have took the Dermatrenko fight or whoever the fuck Hunter beat before that because he took Spilka, who's a cruiserweight that's known to be chinny. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dereck is going to get the no-name fighter so that he could get the win to get this, what he does, because he gets fights based off name, not based off fighting. Like,
I mean, he did knock out Carlos Takam, and we seen Takam doing what he's doing now, trying to rebuild. And I think Takam gives fucking Hunter a fucking run for his money. Also, I think Takam beats anybody that Hunter has fought when since he been a heavyweight. Same goes for anybody Hunter has fought, Takam beats.
Perfect. We're talking about people like the UK especially. I'm glad I'm looking at a UK resume. The UK especially likes to disrespect my champion by saying, who has he fought? He only got one win. Mike is talking about Carlos Takam, right, in 2019, and Dereck Chisora got 40 fights. This dude got one win. One win. So absolutely, the trajectory of Michael Hunter, who's a former Olympian, and in my opinion, doing better things in the heavyweight division, he's ahead of Parker and Chisora. He could easily get a fight. Now, I ain't going to say Parker. Got to reassess Parker, but Chisora definitely. Chisora's older and on the downside with multiple losses. Parker's different. He's a former world champ. Chisora's never been champ. Michael Hunter could easily get the winner of this fight and be the A side, in my opinion, but won't be because of name value in the UK, right? So
when you pose it like that, it's almost like this is kind of like a crossroads fight.
Oh,
bro, the face-off lady said that. The face-off lady told them in their face this is a crossroads. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, Hunter is the up-and-coming contender prospect. Like, these dudes are like, we got to fight each other to see who's going to stick around. You know what I mean? Like, this is a crossroads.
I think the loser could get a Michael Hunter fight. Just be real with you. You know what I'm saying? We seen Dereck Chisora. We see stranger shit happen from Dereck Chisora. Like, if Hunter's out for the Chisora fight, that'd be the biggest win on his resume in the heavyweight division.
Based off popularity, though.
Popularity. Who you been in the ring with? Chisora been in there twice with Fury, twice with White. About to
lost.
He lost. That's cool, but that's fine. But I'm just saying, who have you been in the ring with? I just think his opposition to this point is better than Hunter. But that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Hunter is not a good prospect or is not a good fighter. But if you want to just based off who you've been in the ring with, then it's going to be Dereck Chisora. I think he does move the needle more than Hunter, and I think he might be closer to a bigger fight than Hunter. And we all got to see Hunter. If Hunter can beat Povetkin, like, that's not an easy fight for Hunter. Like, you get caught with that left hook. We don't know what could happen.
Man, I'm definitely betting on that fight, Hunter, by decision and KO. Povetkin little as fuck. Oh. And that's what I'm saying. Look at who Hunter fighting. Why the fuck Dereck Chisora never fought Povetkin? Because it wasn't no title. You know, like he only got in those fights, those kind of fights when it was like a big fight. He ain't out here trying to, whatever, we'll see, man. I don't know. He did look good in the Dillian White fight before getting knocked out, man. It was kind of sad to see him get knocked out because that was one of his best performances, one of his best looking bodies, everything, man, you know?
Yeah, that would have been a big, big win had he just held on.
So I give him credit for, you know, those 6 rounds or so. But that's like the highlight of his career, bro. Like, I seen this dude get knocked out by David Haye. I'm Tyson Fury. Like, he don't got no elite level win, man. He just a mouthpiece. But speaking of mouthpieces, fucking Mikey,
gangster shit, disrespectful. I won't go. I'll go ahead, Ness. Sorry for cutting.
Nah, go ahead. I'll go back to that. What happened?
I thought you were talking about Gary Russell mouthpiece.
I was gonna go to our 4th topic, which you picked was Pacquiao and his decision, you know, not decision, right? He hasn't made a decision on whether or not he's going to pick Danny or is he going to pick Mikey. It's still unclear, but he's on the short list, right? They're both on the short list. So who gets the Willy Wonka ticket? You know, my honest opinion, I feel like maybe Pacquiao's going to go with the proven Garcia, right? Garcia has already done numbers where Danny Garcia has not yet. So it kind of makes sense for Pacquiao to choose Mikey. But coming off a loss, it doesn't make sense. Coming off a loss, I don't want to see it for Mikey. I want to give Mikey more of an opportunity to come back. I don't want to feel like Mikey's just coming back for a money grab. I don't want to feel like Mikey is trying to use us. So I want Mikey to get here properly. You know, I want Mikey to get here because he deserves the fight slightly. Like, I don't even need him to fully deserve it. Just slightly deserve it, you know? Beat Danny, man. Beat Danny, then take that fight. Porter's busy. Earl's busy. Thurman's out. Beat Danny, get that fight. But getting that fight straight up, I don't like it. For Danny, I don't mind it. At least he's coming off of maybe like a Granados win and a Rios win, maybe. You know, at least it's not him coming off a loss, you know? And, all right, so Danny is coming off the Shawn Porter loss and the Adrian Granados win. So even Danny has only got one win. One win to get a Pacquiao fight. It's not what we want to give our boxing fans, man. Let's not mistreat our consumer. Like, why are you mistreating the boxing consumer? Like, Danny lost to Porter, one win with Granados. It shouldn't deserve a Manny Pacquiao fight, a legendary fighter, legacy-making fighter. Like, this fight can change your life. Same for Mikey coming off a loss. These guys need to fight each other. Everyone else is busy. Pacquiao ain't even fighting this year. Put this shit on in December. Let them rock out. Put it on Fox. If not, Showtime looks like it's dying. They haven't put shit on. Let them pay out the wazoo. Danny, Mikey, Danny A side, because Mikey's coming off the loss. Do it. Do it, man. And
I'm A side.
Excuse me.
Mikey coming off the pay-per-view buys. I'm the A side.
I hear you, man. I hear you. All that shit could be worked out in the negotiation table, but he's coming off the loss, man. He's coming off the loss. You know, we gotta start respecting that, man. And we as the consumer of this sport, we need to show some sort of disgruntledness when these type of fights are talked about. We can't just accept it. We need to tell them it's not right. Like, well, I mean, Danny needs another fight. Danny needs another fight, and Mikey definitely needs another fight before fighting Pacquiao.
I mean, I'll say this. You can definitely make a better argument for Danny than you can Mikey. Danny arguably had the close fight with Porter. So there's people who felt he beat Porter, had a tight fight with Thurman, and looked good against Granados. Now, Mikey just kind of got whitewashed, so you kind of like, if you're expecting him to do anything against Pacquiao after not doing anything against Spence, who's also a hard puncher, southpaw style, you're going to be looking for more of the same.
Y'all about to go out here and whitewash Mikey? Come, bro, look here, man. I got to cut. Go get me the sharpest knife and cut all the bullshit out right now. That shit is crazy. Look, man. I admire what Mikey Garcia is doing. Tough fight. What the fuck do I need a tune-up fight? I ain't fought since March. If they ain't talking about me fighting Pacquiao until next year, then damn it, I'll wait till next year and get that lottery ticket. We know that's big money. I'm coming out 400 pay-per-view thousand buys or 360. Pacquiao doing 500, 600,000 buys. Put the best two people together that's gonna draw the attention. The Mexican fans gonna be there. The Philippine fans gonna be there. It's gonna be major support. This is money right here. And if you're Pacquiao, and if you're Pacquiao, you're looking like Danny is a hard left-handed puncher. We seen what he did to Keith Thurman elbow. We seen what he did to Granados. We seen Shawn Porter switch up his whole game plan and start to be a boxer and not bring that pressure style because of maybe of that left hook. And if you're Pacquiao, I might want the guy who's coming off a loss. If I'm Pacquiao and I call your name, Mikey Garcia, you telling me, man, you gonna say no? Come on, man. It's business at the end of the day.
Yo,
at
Mike,
the same time, we seen fighters lose and go right back to pay-per-view.
But, Mike, you taking the stance as Mikey. Take the stance as Michael Gross. Fuck you being Mikey and Pacquiao calling you. Be Michael Gross. Does Michael Gross, the fight fan, want to see Mikey coming off of the Earl fight Pacquiao? That's my question.
I would not mind. I think it's a competitive fight. I definitely think it's more competitive than Pacquiao Broner. I definitely think it's more competitive than that.
But I think Danny Pacquiao is more competitive.
How are you quantifying that when fucking Mikey didn't even let his hands go? Like, you don't know if he's the same?
Did Mikey beat the shit out of Broner?
That was before Earl took his soul.
Earl didn't take his soul.
What? That man.
Mikey walking around still talking good. He fought Eric Morales in a charity fight.
No, in an exhibition.
He's out helping his fighters doing their fights. Know what I'm saying? Being a good promoter.
Yeah, there's a reason. Yo, Tyson Fury got 2 tune-ups, right? And Mikey got an exhibition. There's reasons this stuff happens.
Absolutely, I agree.
Act like he alright.
Year off.
Come on, bro. Yo, it's just sad, man. And that's the stance of a lot of people. They're worried more about the pockets than the fight.
I'm not worried about the pockets. I actually think the fight between Manny Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia is a highly competitive fight. You shake your head all you want to. Just believe. My the last couple of weeks been pretty fucking good. I'm just saying.
Hey, man.
I think Danny is more competitive.
See if he's still alive, man.
Pacquiao don't want Danny though. Pacquiao do not want any part of Danny Garcia.
I think he does.
Real with you.
Because Danny likes to punch with you. Pacquiao style is flurries, angles in and out. So it's going to be hard to... Now, you can get caught, but I think he has a style that can beat Danny because of the way Danny fights. Danny has to be punching with you. You have to be there to get hit. And then with Mikey, you know, it's another southpaw that's powerful. We saw how to deal with that. Now, granted, he's not going to be as big as Errol Spence was, but I think although it'll be more competitive than the Spence fight, I think it'll be a little bit more of the same. That's just my opinion. I think Mikey should get another tune-up, get some confidence back because we don't know how he's gonna react coming off his first loss, where he was just not competitive at all. I mean, he kind of boxed well the first 2 rounds, but still lost them, and that was it.
It's nothing that we didn't already expect from that fight. We went in knowing that fight was probably going to be one-sided, and it was, and we thought Mikey was going to get stopped, which he did not. I think that I mean,
that's
I
worse.
know
That's worse. He took a beating. Took a beating for 12 rounds. Come on, man.
Not only that, but the whole thought process for that fight was if this fight goes the distance, that's gonna favor Mikey Garcia, and that's not what happened.
He didn't even win a round. You want to give him a fucking Pacquiao fight, man? That just shows you're not a real boxing fan.
I think it shows that I'm more of a boxing fan than what you might perceive me to be, because even though a guy lost against a guy who we all thought he was going to lose against, and he's going to, like, name has been dropped for a Pacquiao fight, and I want to see him back because I think the fight will be competitive. I think it shows that I'm a true boxing fan and don't let one fight dictate my future viewership. That's all.
This isn't one fight, Mike. This is one fight where a fighter
with Earl Spence that he lost convincingly. That's not going to shape my opinion of Mikey Garcia from here going on. I think he can possibly beat Pacquiao.
This is not one fight, Mike. This is one fight where one fighter threw over 1,000 punches. One fighter landed double, if not triple, what the other one fucking landed, bro. Like, come on, bro. I mean, we need to see where Mikey's at. He doesn't deserve to be on high-level, $100, $80 pay-per-view because he was competitive in a Broner fight, a dude that no one thinks is good. Like, Broner's not on that level with these names. In his division, possibly in some fucking fairy tale world where all you dudes want to hold hands and sing Kumbaya and hope that fucking Adrian Broner makes 140, maybe he could be good. Till then, please.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to see both fights. I just feel the Danny fight is more competitive, more interesting to me. But to Mike's point, I think when you're talking the business of boxing, which is what it is, Mikey Garcia is the route to go because I think he's going to be a better seller. Not that Danny's a bad seller, but I think you get a little bit more out of Mikey.
How the fuck are you selling the casual fan that just seen Mikey ass get beat like a fly on a windshield that he's going to beat Pacquiao all of a sudden? What they gonna put highlights of him?
It's the redemption story.
Yo, Joesph, they gonna put highlights of him walking to the ring. That's his highlights.
They're gonna show the highlight of him walking past the Juan Manuel Marquez robe, and that's what they're gonna use. No, but I mean, you sell the redemption story. Okay, I went for the toughest dog, but you know what? I ain't gonna quit. I'm gonna come for the next throat, which is Manny Pacquiao, the legend. Put the legend scalp on my mantle. And the Mexican fans will eat it up. You know what I mean? That's just the fact of what it is.
Shit's hilarious, bro. Listen,
I mean, that's another fight you could put at Cowboy Stadium still. Pacquiao sold there. Mikey has a lot of fans there. That could still sell there.
Yo, my thing is we understand the business of boxing, but I feel like we have a job to do. You know, people come here for the truth, you know, and it's all good to say, yo, Pacquiao Mikey is a better fight in terms of selling pay-per-views. Because Mikey is the one that's established. Danny hasn't done it. That's where that argument for me ends because we really don't know what Mikey can do with Pacquiao since he took that loss. Now, in terms of, you know, Danny, there's history there. People possibly, the casual possibly can believe Danny can knock him out. They could show Danny's knockout reels. They could show Pacquiao being knocked out and then drop a question mark like, can it happen again?
And that's why I lean. Yeah, and that's why I lean towards Danny because, like I said, you can sell off that and off the fact that he was competitive. Some would say he beat Porter and very competitive with Thurman. He's still a top level guy. To me, I would rather see Danny and Pacquiao fight. If it has to be one without them two fighting each other, I would rather see Danny go first.
Look, I don't even want to choose who to go first. I don't want enemies between any Garcia. Let them fight each other. Granados also, like, when we look back in history, and we'll be like, damn, Danny got a fight with Pacquiao off of Granados, like, come on, at least Margarito, right? Shane beat Margarito to get Floyd, right? Like, and Margarito was somebody back then. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not that. Don't get me wrong. It's not like this doesn't happen in boxing. It's not like we could go through Marquez's resume and see that he tuned up in Mexico before Pacquiao. I know.
Yeah,
I know. I know, but we want to remove ourselves from the bullshit of the old boxing days. We know that it was corrupt. We know mafia was involved. We trying to get away from that era.
I just feel like those two guys didn't because they know that their names are on that list. Like Mike said, their names got called, so they don't really want to risk catching that L and losing on the payday. Because I'm pretty sure the Pacquiao fight is going to be early 2020. So that Garcia versus Garcia should have happened around now when we were first hearing about it. I think both camps are just going to be content, and it's sad. But I think they're both going to be content to sit it out and wait. But I'm with you. I really would have loved to see them fight each other and go for the top spot, earn that spot, and see what happens from there.
I can see them not fighting each other only because then that makes Thurman sit out. Thurman's coming back early 2020, so Pacquiao picks one, Thurman fights the other.
Yeah, Thurman definitely not fighting the other. I think he probably come back with a tune-up. But as far as Mikey Garcia go, I mean, I don't think I can really, get my point any better. I just think that Mikey's doing what he said he was going to do, not taking meaningless fights that don't mean nothing to him, taking fights that he want to take, being in control of his career. And if Pacquiao picks Mikey, like I said, I think the fight is going to be competitive. I think Mikey Garcia has a good chance of winning, and hopefully that, Mikey can get the VADA testing that wasn't available in the last fight since they got VADA tested for Earl Spence and Mikey Garcia. Hopefully they can do the same with Pacquiao. And I just think that fight for Mikey might put him right back on the map. I think you're kidding yourself if you don't think Mikey Garcia has a good chance of beating Pacquiao.
Oh no! I mean, I don't think that he doesn't have a chance to beat him. I just think I would favor Pacquiao in that fight. But Mike is definitely not gonna force Pacquiao's hand in no VADA testing. We can all but assure that. But no, the reason I don't want the Mikey fight either is because let's say Mikey wins and picks up that WBA strap. How does that affect the road to undisputed? Because I can't see Mikey really wanting to get back in there with Errol. And I mean, you could say maybe Crawford
wanted to get in there with Earl. Just be real with you.
Well, I think somebody said a while back. I think it was Brandon Maurice in the chat that said all roads lead to Pacquiao, and that's a good point. I think Spence and Crawford will meet, and then that winner goes and meets Pacquiao for the whole shebang bang. That's a very likely. I like that argument. I like that theory. So I think Mikey coming in and beating Pacquiao kind of throws a wrench in everything. Because, like I said, I don't see, and it's not that I'm a big fan of Mikey, but I don't see him wanting to get back in with Errol, and I don't see him really too excited to get in there with Bud. That's just being honest.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we got some news and notes. Obviously, we got the Gary Russell controversy where he's seen in a video. I guess he selfie videoed himself with Leo Santa Cruz's dad, and the video is a lot more PG than the title, right? It's like the title makes you believe that it's this, I don't know, Leo Santa Cruz.
The title made you.
Yeah. Man, I have
Yeah,
my
it
mic
said the
muted.
audio dropped.
I had my mic muted. Damn. All that shit, motherfucker. Fucking hell.
Sorry about that, y'all. We back now.
Yo, let us know if y'all can hear us.
The fuck? Nah, they definitely can hear you, bro. Jesus Christ. That is on there. It keeps unmuting too. That's weird. But yeah, man. Go ahead, Mike. You can take it away. Fucking bullshit. I mean, I already done said like 20 minutes worth of shit, right?
Look, man. All the tough gangster shit is cool and shit, but then look here. We boxing. This is boxing. We all know that for the most part, ain't too many gangsters in boxing, and I understand Gary Russell's frustration with the whole not being able to get the Leo Santa Cruz fight. But one thing that I always say, family and children, man, you leave them out of it. His pops didn't, in my eyes, it didn't seem like the nigga understood no English.
None.
I was like, oh, and he was looking like, bro, who the fuck is you anyway?
Bruh, he took a selfie with Gary. For all he know, Gary said, hey, you Leo Santa Cruz fight, can I take a picture? I'm your biggest fan. He ain't understand Gary, man. Get out of
Yo,
here.
and let me say this: the title on the video.
And I didn't like it. I thought it was distasteful, but in a barbershop conversations interview, he came at Leo, came at Floyd Mayweather, came at Gervonta Davis, told I think it's Barry, Calvin Ford, he know about me. I done whooped plenty of fighters from the gym. Whoop their ass. They know about me. Floyd Mayweather, he said, I respect Pretty Boy Floyd, but Money May is a bitch. I was like, whoa, what did Gary think last night?
Here's my thing though, is Gary, what is you fight once a year, bro? You ain't in no position to be making demands.
What's his biggest win, man? He out here talking crazy.
He out here, you got Lomachenko ran you at your spot, man.
He cut all that shit. People say I want to fight once a year. They don't know what's going on behind the scenes. They don't know that I'm steady acting big names. I'm asking to be unified. They telling me they don't want no smoke with me. Josh Warrington ain't spoke my name until recently. Now he already got a fight signed. Shakur Stevenson, he about to get a title. I love the little man. I love the little kid, but shit.
Vasil say he coming back to 126 after his next fight.
You can get it done.
If you want problems.
Everybody. So,
but let me
like it sounded Gary. If you're good entertainer, need more of it.
Listen, it sound good, but the truth is the truth. He ain't doing none of what he talking. None of what he talking.
Nope.
He talking about Josh Warrington ain't saying his name. Bruh, nobody's saying your name. Nobody's saying your name.
Bro, nobody know your name.
That's my point. Like, nobody.
We don't know.
We don't remember you, bro. We don't remember you. Like, we don't remember you.
Like, once we get a champion, we want to see him unified, though. Like, I know he
want to see him
fight.
I
understand all that shit. But at the same time, make the best fight possible. Make a champion.
Brother, look at his resume, bro.
Fight.
Look at his resume. I can't keep giving you the eye test for 10 years.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you started in 2009. We giving you the eye test for 10 years. You talking
he ain't got no coming opponents with nobody?
Bruh, I wouldn't even know. Joseph Diaz, and that was a mandatory. That was a fucking, like, come on, man. Like, bruh.
Yo, bro, Gary.
And this the thing. He can't sit here and tell me he don't want smoke, everybody don't want smoke. You a lie. Because Gary Russell speaks better English than Islandri Lara.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably has a better style for television than Islandri Lara.
More punches, yes.
And Al has gotten Lara every big fight under the sun that he asked for, except for Gennady Golovkin. Lara always wanted Golovkin. He never got that. But Al got him every big fight. Go to Trout. Al got him every big fight. He didn't get Wilder.
Al fucking big fight. Allen got him little small little fight that don't even mean shit that pop him up and make him look good. You know what I'm saying?
And he
they won the purse bid for the Lomachenko fight, and he shit the bed.
And he sends you off too. He sends you off. So I don't want to hear that shit that Gary's talking. If he talking about shit we don't know about behind the scene, we'll put it on Front Street. Let us see it, cause we don't believe you. We don't believe you. Because you got Al fucking Heyman. If you want to fight another champion in your division, you can fight another champion in your division. You ain't got to be fighting Kiko Martinez.
Yo, and Gary Russell, let me just say this, man. You making them little threats on the video, but yo, Leo and his daddy got that. They got that cartel love, baby. I don't know how much you really want to be playing with that. You know, you're going to get them Zetas showing up, putting something in your mailbox, let you know how close they can put their hands on you. You know, because they're from Mexico, and they are beloved down there. So
anytime I see a Mexican dude wearing that many chains, I'm like, hey man,
yeah, boy, you better be careful, guys.
Yo, and Leo's father told him
old as hell, he got like 15 chains.
Leo's father looked at him and told him like, you like, because he know he wear wood jewelry. He know Gary Russell wear wood jewelry.
Why are you trying to?
All I did is the title of the video was misleading.
Nah, not really.
Oh, he violated him?
Put him.
I thought he was gonna go in there at least knock his hat off, Mike.
And we all know from the hood, if you're from the hood,
man, y'all terrible, man.
Anybody come up to you and like grab your chain and say, "Oh man, you got a nice little chain here, buddy." You know what I'm saying? It's kind of violating you a little bit.
Bro, that shit don't work.
I don't want to say it's to the T. But at the same time, I mean, it's clickbait. We clicked on it. We watched it. We kind of enjoyed it too.
That shit don't work when the dude don't know English and you being nice.
Yeah,
it's different if the dude don't know English. You sit next to a nigga and you touch his chains aggressively in a manner that dude understands your energy means he could get robbed. Get the fuck out of here with this fake ass. He might as well have to use the fucking Snapchat filter. Fuck out
with the dog ears and shit with the tongue coming out.
Dogs bite. Dogs don't go over there petting motherfuckers. Oh, nice chain. Pet your shoulder. Hey, Leo's dad.
Ness, I'm like you, man. If you wanted that fight, jump in the ring next time.
What voice did he make next?
Oh, you're Leo's dad. Hey, nice chains, Leo's dad. Fuck out of here. Yo, that shit was so whack, bro. I'm sorry. I like you to force the fight. But what my dad got to do with it? That's the corniest shit ever. And I get it.
He could have at least knocked the daddy's hat off.
Dude's going to call in and they going to be like, nah, Ness, because he went for the dad so that Leo ain't got no choice. He ain't got no choice. All right, man. Cool.
That's what I was thinking. Like, man, look here, man. Don't come for my pop, bro. I'm gonna have to see you, man. I know. It wasn't. No one come my pop don't know English or whatever, but you, nigga, I know English. You know what I'm saying? And you playing like that already. Al, I want. Damn, what's his name again? He only fight once a year. Him. I want him, Al.
You got to make sure you know which Gary Russell they talking about. Your mom and daddy didn't want to differentiate, so we don't know which Gary. Is it Gary Antoine? Is it Junior? Is it Gary 45? Which Gary is it?
That's true. Oh man,
their daddy must have thought he was George Foreman or something.
Friday 7-0. Man, he was really on Peter Quillin. You know what I'm saying? Last night, outlanded Angulo plus 100. Hurt Peter Quillin a few times. Anytime niggas bring up punch stats, I know they ain't really watched the fight. These December hurt boxing, AA fought well, didn't win. Alfredo Angulo, man, look here, bro. I think he did. I think he did win. Just my humble opinion.
It all comes down to, do you count a jab more than you count a power punch?
You count a jab with a nigga backing up, not putting no force on it.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man.
It wasn't an aggressive jab. It was a stay off me jab.
Thank you, man. And Alexander Wilson says, Hearn said the Ruiz is going to have its own private security team, and WWE is hosting a stadium show in Saudi this Halloween. It's going to be fire. Damn, yeah, WWE does a lot of work over there in Saudi.
Tell you, dude, them dudes pay, man. Boxing got You heard Wilder today. If the check right, we going.
Money right, yeah, I go over there. I can't blame him. Like, what ain't also nigga life-changing money that don't really mean a lot to them? Shit. Go get that bag. You just fighting. Next guy, anything else to say about that Gary Russell before we move on to your boy, to your mans? Yes. What the fuck is going on?
Yo, Mr. Gibbs.
Can I still hear me on? I can't blame him. Yeah, they can still hear me. But moving on right along, man. Let's see what we got. Keith Thurman.
So there's video of Leo Santa Cruz saying that he's either gonna fight Gervonta Davis or Gary Russell. So now that Gervonta's rumored for Eurocus, maybe this is just all set up. Maybe this is all set up. And this video is from, let's see here, September 3rd, not too long ago. You know, they always say that they know who they're fighting way before we know. You know, guys like Thurman will sit there and laugh like, oh, you guys think you know, man. We don't know. We been know who we fighting.
Yeah, Wilder says sometimes y'all wrong and I don't say shit, and sometimes y'all right.
Yeah, you know, so maybe this is all the setup, but I don't know.
Yeah, because
I don't think this gets Leo to call Al. Like, yeah, Al, you know, like, what are you gonna do?
I mean, it'd help promotion because dude, Gary and Leo, I love Leo as a fighter, I love Gary as a fighter, but those are some boring ass dudes.
Yeah, this
and
is
Leo not knocking nobody out, bro. He threw a million punches with bars and didn't put him down.
Word is born, and now he gonna be moving up. He really ain't putting nobody down. But like, you right about that. This is the most Gary's been talked about his whole career, other than fighting Lomachenko. I don't think nobody's talked about him this much.
Well, y'all just killing Gary today.
I mean, listen, if
no, I said Leo boring too, bro. Leo got a bland ass personality.
A lot of boxers do, man.
Yo, just listen to some of these titles, though. Shots fired. Gary Russell uses Leo Santa Cruz's dad. Violates. This is another one. Violates Gary Russell Jr.'s son, Leo Santa Cruz. And here's another one. Wow, Gary Russell threatens Leo Santa Cruz's father. Yeah, let me get some more for you. Oh, that's just Gary Russell himself speaking on the video. I mean, those are some titles, boy.
That's why I said they felt misleading.
And it was an Instagram video at that. Everybody just took his little IG video and just like ran with it.
Yes, sir.
But that's the power of social media, man.
That's a new way, man.
I like this new version of Gary though. This particular prank, it wasn't good. But the last one with Gilly the Kid talking about Gervonta and calling him Shorty and all that, that was a little better.
He's still calling Shorty.
Yeah, no, I hear him. That's probably like a DMV thing too.
I think it is.
He's trying.
You know,
making an effort.
It's like people in Trenton, you know, they call everybody bitch. So it's like.
And for some reason, like they seem to think like the fight between him and Tank does big numbers in that DMV area. I think it does. I mean, if Tank,
hell yeah! If Tank fight Gary in that area, they'll do way more than what Tank did with fucking Nunez.
You want to agree with that? I'd say if he done 17,000 with Nunez, you can go try to find a stadium for that motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, definitely they listen. I don't know how many Gary's bringing in. You know what I'm saying? Keep it Jeezy.
Don't he do good numbers at the DC Armory or whatever?
I don't know how many Gary's bringing in. I'm keeping it Jeezy, but this is what I'll tell you. Tim Bradley, you know, he's Tim Bradley. He's easy first ballot. And that nigga sold like 2,000 tickets in Palm Springs. So it's like, not everybody can sell tickets. You know, you got to give credit to dudes like Crawford, man. Sad they don't even put him back on over there. This Kai Velasquez fight, they should put that over there, but I bet you it's not because it's so much of an undercard. You know, ain't Shakur on the undercard? Yeah.
I think Teofimo and
yeah, Teofimo probably ain't gonna want to go over there. Teofimo should though. I mean, I don't know. There's no residual fandom, right? Like all the
money for tickets in New York. That's probably why they're gonna put it in.
Yeah.
But moving right along, Keith Thurman has surgery and is out of the rest of 2019.
He'd be back early 2020. I don't see why so many people running with. It's so much Keith Thurman hate out there. I seen so many headlines all of a sudden. Oh, Keith's out. Keith's gone. We won't. It's like, bro, the man said he's back early 2020. That means the first quarter. A quarter is fucking 3 months. Like, what's up with y'all?
Not only that, but he said before the fight he was done for the year. So it's not nothing new.
Nah, it's not breaking news.
Nah, it's just these conspiracy theorists / haters, man. They want to hate on my man's name.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. No reason Keith Thurman should be getting any hate right now. I don't understand why people don't think that he'll be coming back. But
all we want is the ponytail before 2020. That's all we asking. Keep your word, Keith.
Ponytail cut, you know what I'm saying? Get the Chris Algieri look going, and we be all good with it. Shawn Porter appeared on NFL Fox Sunday show. Big ups to Shawn Porter, you know what I'm saying? But that's suit, my brother.
Yo, that shit was...
I don't know who the fuck is your tailor or who is your designer. What's this, man? Y'all got to start doing a better job, man. Y'all got
He's fired.
National TV on Fox where...
Bro, that's his own sport. That's his own suit line, so
Fired.
he got his own teller.
Yeah, I'm talking, man. That shit looks... Bruh, I thought Michael Strahan was going to bust a joke on you, bro. I ain't going to lie to you.
It's bad enough he was on there supporting the Browns, but you going to look like you do?
Shit.
Yeah, man. I like Shawn. It's a shame what's going to happen to him Saturday. It's a damn shame.
Jose Diaz win a tough majority decision over Jesus Cuadro. I ain't watched the fight. Saw some highlights. Didn't really get to see a lot of it. So, yeah, man. Jose Diaz had a tough fight on Facebook Live.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it either. To hear JoJo having a tough fight on Facebook Live, man, it's like, what? Like I said, JoJo Diaz is a cautionary tale of why not to sign with Goto. Oscar De La Hoya is my favorite fighter of all time. I would not send my son to sign with him if he was.
I thought you were just on the show saying that Crawford should have signed with Golden Boy.
When he was with Heyman, to leave with Heyman.
Really, Crawford should sign with Heyman.
But at that time,
we were talking that time.
You see, you're a real politician. Why you trying to flip my words? I see you.
I mean, I had to see if you're a rookie or not. Shit,
I see you.
Oh man, Dana White says it's fucking crazy to try to go up head to head with him and put Canelo and Kovalev on that November 2nd date. He told him good luck.
But he's smart enough not to that fight in Vegas.
We already had the VP of the Zone on, so anyone who hasn't caught that episode, make sure you catch one of those Kovalev-Canelo episodes this past week. And, yeah, he already said it's different times, different market. They're not worried. So it looks like Dana's clout chasing, trying to use the biggest star in fucking sports to boost up his trash event.
Look, Dana was smart enough not to put the fight in Vegas. So that tells you a lot.
This UFC card is going to be in New York, right?
Yeah, that's in New York. So, of course, look, Nate Diaz is a Mexican, the West Coast fighter. He would not sell up against Canelo, even with George Masvidal. Period.
UFC fans is fucking hectic. Showbox this Friday. Last Friday. Thomas Matisse got a 8-round stoppage.
Bruh, he finally looked good, right?
Yeah.
My man was looking trash on Showbox. Not trash, that's harsh, but he wasn't looking good. He was not looking good. He was not looking focused. And I mean, his previous times on Showbox. This one, he looked good. He looked solid. He had pop. He was sharp. A little more accurate. And he had dog. He had more dog this time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. He showed Michael Dutch over that he was a little bit more experienced, a little bit bigger, and was started to come forward later on in that fight. And caught Michael with a punch that cut his eye, and the ref had to stop it, and he got a TKO victory from that. Also, Ruben Villa. This is a guy that I was thoroughly impressed with, man. Ruben Villa gets Judy over Enrique Vivas. Enrique Vivas was a Mikey Garcia, I think, promoted fighter. Mikey was in the crowd. Ruben Villa, man, he looked like he is like going to be a nice prospect. I think as the levels move up, it's going to be more. But he really went out there and put it on Vivas. nice countering, nice taking half step back, getting out of range, checking him with that check hook. Put him down with a motherfucking nice straight left that dropped him in like round number 2. I was thoroughly impressed with Vila, and I'm excited to see him more on the card on Showbox. Hopefully they bring him back. Brandon Lee gets a second round stoppage. I don't know who he's fighting, but Brandon Lee, man, look like he could possibly like be a real prospect, a real contender. He's Korean, I believe, Korean and black, and he's been knocking motherfuckers out ever since he's been on Shotbox. He was on Shotbox a couple months ago, got a knockout this Friday, so he's moving in the right trajectory and shows that he does have nice power.
Yeah,
also,
man.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I really wish I would have known that fight was in Midland. That's like 2.5 hours from me, man. I would have loved to have caught that in person.
And the crowd was into it too, man. Like the crowd.
Oh yeah.
Crowd. Damn good crowd.
Them West Texas Roughnecks, they love boxing.
And also Vito Melanicki gets a first round KO in his appearance on Showbox. So big ups to Vito. You know what I'm saying? Young kid, man. Just keep on grinding. I like it, man. 17-year-old. We first seen him on the Shakur Stevenson undercard. Al scooped him up, gave him a little money, gave him a nice contract, and yeah, we got him on Showbox. Moving right along, IBO Cruiserweight World Champion Kevin Lerena stops Sefin Safari in 3 rounds. If you hear Safari, you're like, who's that guy? Same guy Tyson Fury fought when he first came back. So IBO Cruiserweight Champion, big ups to Kevin Lerena and big ups to the IBO. Also, last but not least, Joette Gonzalez and Shakur Stevenson go at it over VADA testing. Joette claims that Shakur requested no VADA testing. Shakur came out on his Twitter and said that's a goddamn lie. You guys believe in anything that he says, he's fine. So I'm not happy that there's no VADA testing. Hopefully that all this news has came out that changes and we can get that VADA tested for that fight.
I was Shakur and I'd have been like, your sister's taking the samples for me, player. That just,
what?
you know.
Damn, you disrespecting your own girl, nigga.
No, it is what it is, bro. It's boxing.
Damn.
I don't think. I mean, if
you say your sister's taking the samples for me, you come on, bro. Come on. Bro, I got a daughter, nigga. I got a daughter. Her man say she taking samples for him, trying to spite her brother. Me and her brother gonna fuck him up. That's just that. Fuck out of here, man. Yo.
Yeah, you know, you're right on that one. You're right.
I wasn't looking at it from that standpoint, but all right, I feel you. Also, last but not least, Saul Canelo Alvarez song says, "As long as Ryan Garcia is happy, I'm happy."
What does that even mean?
Take care of him, you know what I'm saying? Take care of my young man. I don't know if does Ryan have a manager?
I don't know, man.
Hey man, Canelo might try to pull up the power move.
It could be Canelo needing to take a break, and he's got to have Ryan hold that banner for a little bit. You know, you never know.
Yeah, man.
We've talked about the knee. We've talked about the amount of rounds boxed.
Yep.
So there's a lot of theories.
What you mean?
Just like he might have to. He like you said, a lot of rounds boxed. We see him wear a knee brace. Could be just simply go in there, you know what I'm saying, take off a year, get everything cleaned up and everything nice and tidy so you can get back to your career.
And let Ryan steer the ship while he's out. You know, keep it afloat.
Well, that's just us assuming the worst, you know. But that is all. That is all of the news and notes. So if you like what you heard from the show, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. This is going to play these spots. We'll get to the callers.
Let's go.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Oh, it's like this, man. Have you ever taken those pills, the laxative pills? You know, the ones you take, you pop, and you wait for 20 minutes, you go to the toilet, and they go through you? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go through this, man.
It's a bit of a weird analogy.
Everybody knew exactly what I was talking about. I'm going to
These
go through
calls
this
are
guy.
brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Mr. PBC, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen, get the sharpest knife, and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
God damn, I love that quote.
Yeah, I love that new change. Yeah, me too. What's up, Supermax? What's up, Mike? What's up, Ness?
What
man,
up?
I watched that interview,
Dominique?
and I've been saying, what's up, man? And I've been saying that fucking Parker doesn't have it in him to talk dirty, and he doesn't have it in him to fight dirty. And he's about to fight the dirtiest of the dirty, the second dirtiest in the UK. But I watched the Gary Russell shit too. You know, I think he's trying to do his best to get some type of fame, because you know he's been sitting in the shadows for a while.
Shadow realm.
For real, like he's been sitting and chilling. You know, I don't even think Leo Santa Cruz really wants that fight. I really rather see Leo Santa Cruz fight someone else. When it comes to Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao, Mike, this is towards you. I really believe someone at that pedigree for Mikey Garcia would be perfect for Terrence Crawford. Someone who came off a weak-ass fight, which was with Mir Khan. He, kind of won that, made a low blow, and then with Mikey Garcia coming off a loss, that would be a perfect fight for them to collide. I know that Terrence Crawford has obligations, but obligations can easily get paid off if they never had a good payday.
If Ness didn't want the fight with Manny Pacquiao, why would he want the fight with Terrence Crawford?
Terrence Crawford and him would be a perfect fight. Mikey Garcia doesn't deserve a Manny Pacquiao right now. He can't come off exhibition, whatever shit, just to get Manny Pacquiao. It's not fair. And there's other people. Terrence Crawford's right there.
You asking me, do I want to see Terrence versus Mikey?
Yeah, right now.
No,
that will be a good fight.
I rest my case.
Two dudes who ain't proved shit in the 145 division.
Nah, but Mikey coming off a loss.
145 division. These niggas fight at 145 now.
Motherfucker, Terrence Crawford's coming off a miracle win.
Fuck them 2 pounds.
It would be perfect. 2 pounds. They were pound for pound. Mikey Garcia was pound for pound before that, and Terrence Crawford's pound for pound. He moved up from the same division as Mikey Garcia.
Fuck them 2 pounds.
You guys don't want that. And Mike, you keep on crying about shit, but you never. If you want a real fight, this would be it.
Fuck
and that's
them
my call.
2 pounds.
Mikey want a real fight, bro. He just fought Errol.
Nah, bro, they fight at 145 now, man. Fuck them 2 pounds.
Fuck it.
I don't know, man. I feel the same way about Mikey fighting Pacquiao. I need him to fight someone before he fights Pacquiao, so I don't want him to fight Crawford without fighting somebody. You know, if Mikey blows out Pacquiao, then I could believe he might do something to Crawford. But like, I don't want him to fight Pacquiao off of a loss. Let me go out to Boomer. Actually, we checked that, right? Yeah, he did, right? So that means you a ringer. What up, Bo and Bama?
What up, Bo?
What's good, fellas?
What up?
Shout out Tybo, Riddick, Bo Mack, and Bo Jackson. What's good, man? I checked out all the fights last night. I also came out with the Border Wars pound for pound updates. Y'all make sure y'all go to Patreon. Check that out. Border Wars. Building every season. You know what I'm saying? Fighters are getting better and better. A lot of competition out there right now. A lot of good fights. Make sure y'all check that out. But as far as the Peter Quillin, Alfredo Angulo, man, I hope Peter Quillin never fight again, man. He shit the bed bad last night. It was a plus 2,000 for Angulo on decision. So I'm kind of believing it. Quillin may have threw the fight now. I don't know. I ain't going to call that. But I could see that. Because if he would have put $50,000 on himself, he would have won $1 million. So hey, you know, I mean, well, if he would have put 50,000 on Angulo by decision, he would have won $1 million. So I don't know no better way to lead a game than that, unless you're on top, and he was far from the top. Delorme was way too fast for Terrell Williams. That was a great fight, but Delorme was just too fast, man. And he was taking a lot of hard shots too. So I'm kind of I need to check that blood, G, straight up. He was taking a lot of hard shots. Delorme was. Williams did too, but when Williams got hit, and Williams the big guy as well, you could see the effect that it was having on him. Delorme went phased though. He got hit with some shit. Leo Santa Cruz, lace your boots up, lace your gloves up. Gary Russell violated. That shit was a violation, bro. If he would have grabbed his daughter and rubbed on her necklace or some shit like that, I see it the same as grabbing on an old man who can't speak English. That shit was wrong. But hey, it's boxing. He did the club of lane to him, in my opinion, with that right there. I got Mikey over Pacquiao. And how should Asia Green do?
She got the win, man. Unanimous decision. Damn, good thing you reminded me. I wanted more, obviously, because, you know, I want her. I don't want to take your time. I'll talk about it once you're done.
She only 5'7". I know that she 5'7". I thought she was bigger than that. I thought she was, you know what I'm saying, could fight, like, spar with heavyweight dudes or light heavyweight dudes in the gym. I thought she could spar people like you, but if she only 5'7", she a little smaller than I thought. I still haven't seen her, though.
I don't know.
But, that's my call, man. Y'all stay up.
I'm going to check if she 5'7".
That's what it said on BoxRec.
Oh, yeah? Because she seems tall.
On BoxRec, it said 5'7".
She seems tall, man. I'm going to tell you the truth, though. She got to let them hands go, man. More. Like, this girl was tough, though. This girl she lost a split decision to Joesph. What's the girl everybody look at with the red bathing suit? Mariniela Conejo?
Conejo, yeah. Maricela Conejo.
Oh, it's Maricela? Okay, Maricela Conejo, right? So she lost a split decision to her.
Love that bathing suit, by the way.
Bruh, it was a tough fight. That was the epitome of Mexican style. This was Green's third fight. So she was stepping up in competition and stepping up to a 6-rounder. And she could have done better, in my opinion. You know, I was in the front row throwing out instructions, man. I seen the uppercut there, bruh. I just seen that uppercut there. And look, it's still a huge step in competition. She had her first 2 fights are debuters, bro. All right? This girl is a girl that I believe has a total of like 6-7 fights. Right? What we got here? 2, 4, 6, 2 draws, 8 total fights. But nobody can knock this broad out. She's from Mexico. Nobody can knock her out. She's already had 2 rematches with 2 different people that she fought because she that tough and people just, you know, don't want to lose to her, right? Or be in a tight fight with her, so they rematch her. And you know the women's division is just light. But look at who this girl has fought, right? All right, so she debuted. Then her second fight, was someone that had 19 fights. Then her third fight was someone that had 10 fights, and that was Maricela Conejo. The next fight was 10-0. The next fight was 14-0. And then 14-0 again because she had a draw 2 times with that 14-0 woman from fucking, like, I don't even know what country this is. Looks like, I don't know. Don't get me to lying. The point is, she fought in Germany once with that girl, and, you know, she finally got a unanimous decision loss. But this woman was tough, bro, and Shadeja could punch, all right? And she wouldn't go down. And Shadeja does, I feel like, real boxing combinations. You know what I mean? She was putting it together where this woman was just winging punches, Shadeja was putting it together, hit her with clean uppercuts, lead left hooks, lead hook right hand, murdering the body. I always talk about her double left hook. She didn't really use that. She used it once to the body, to the head, and Hernandez blocked the one to the head, but it still stumbled her. Tough fight, man. Tough fight. She didn't really hit Shadeja, but it was one of those fights that tested your tank. This woman kept coming forward. Didn't matter what Shadeja hit her with. Didn't matter how she stunned her, wobbled her. This broad wouldn't go down and kept coming forward, even after being stumbled. Like, just coming forward. Punches thrown. Awkward, too. Hands down. It was crazy, man. I was not expecting that, for real. But she did her thing. I feel like they need to assess the fight and let her box more. The game plan was to meet the woman in the center of the ring because of her style and because of her build and dig to the body. But, bruh, I think she had too much fat. I don't know. I ain't never been that fat in the midsection. Like, I gain weight, but my stomach don't get that big where, bruh, it felt like she had a shield. So I don't know if, like, them body shots was even affecting her. So maybe that game plan wasn't the right one, because I think in the third round, Shadeja got on a jab, and it was just better. She could do the double jab and set up the uppercut, double jab, turn the left hook, single jab, left hook. It was just better. Hopefully, I sent the footage to the manager and to the trainer of the fight, and hopefully they can assess that and realize that, you don't gotta, the knockout gonna come, man. To stand in the center and look for it, that don't make sense to me. She's too skilled for that. And you can see the skill even in her blocking this woman's shots, punching in between them shots, countering in between them shots, catching and shooting. But it would have been better. You would have chipped away from the outside. Keep hitting her with that jab, because she was just rushing in. You got to keep catching her, and but that takes a lot of energy. That takes a lot of energy to box on your toes and move and pivot. That takes a lot of energy, So, but she did good, man. I can't wait to see her again. I think she's back already. She's listed already for November 9th, right? What they got here? And the date is gone, but she's listed. Oh, no, there it goes, November 9th. So she's back. And the good thing about this fight is that Iracias Hernandez was number 3 or something like that in the IBO. Savannah Marshall is number 2 in the IBO. So, something could come from this pretty soon. Something could come from this pretty soon, and she might end up in a fight with Savannah Marshall on DAZN, as a B-side, but only you and I, and obviously you being the listening audience, would be knowing about her, right? She doesn't have that buzz of a Savannah Marshall or a Shadeja Green or Hammer, et cetera, et cetera. They still ain't even put a fucking face on BoxRec, you know what I'm saying? But she's definitely, people gonna get hip to her because, like I said, this is her third fight. She's already in the 6th rounder. She already handled a girl that has given people draws, taking people rounds. She handled her very well. So I want to see where she goes from here. And remember, she's 3-0 now. The WBC champion in this division was 4-0 as a champion when she signed the Golden Boy, and that's Francois Cruz. And she sparred Francois Cruz. She's got no problem taking that smoke if Golden Boy want to offer her the fight. Will they take it so soon with only 3 fights? I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it, No reason to rush. Women's boxing is hot right now. You know, Shadeja could build up and build her own following. She had a lot of people there. I drove 2 hours and 10 minutes. There was a lot of people there. You could hear it in the video that I posted. You know, they cheered for her. They were happy with the win. They were oohing and ahhing with the shots. So she's selling tickets too. You know, she doesn't have to rush, but they all know her. These girls, they all know her. She just got to polish on them skills. You got to, this is what, that Mexican style is something brutal. I'm telling you, man, people need to try to get that emulated in the gym, man. It's hard too. This girl Hernandez style was very awkward. Again, you can check that video out on our YouTube. Shout out to Bo from Bama for reminding me. I asked my co-host to do that. They dropped the ball out, but, you know, shout out to Shadeja, man. Put on a great fight. And can't wait for November 9th. We're going to go out to, let me see here. We got Boomerang Status.
Straight to the point for those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the street to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Yo, what up, Stainless?
What's happening, Stainless?
Oh man, you know, it's always good to hear from y'all, man. Off to another good show. This show is more exciting than the weekend of boxing was, man. But at least it was a weekend of boxing, man. So shouts out to the boxing guys for that. Shouts out to Info Joe for making sure I always praise them boxing guys. Oh man, on to the topics though. The ones that interest me anyway. It's sad to hear about Thurman, man. I thought he might come back for one more fight. To be honest, if I had to choose between Mikey and Danny Garcia, I'd rather see the Thurman rematch. Maybe that's just me. I thought Thurman gave a truly competitive fight, man. Like, I've watched it a couple times since then, you know what I'm saying? And he beat the shit out of Pacquiao. Like, you know what I'm saying? We saw the knockdown, and we saw, you know what I'm saying, him almost go down again, and we just discredited all the work Thurman did, but my man did a great job representing himself. You know what I'm saying? Fuck anybody who feel anything about what I said. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's all still what else we got? The truth saying Saudi Arabia, that shit don't really surprise me. I mean, this fucking dumb fucking duck Trump we talking about. I ain't worried about shit this motherfucker do, because it's all crazy, and hopefully whoever in office after him will peel as much as they can. So, yeah, WWE, they always going over to Saudi Arabia. If it's not for private shows, it's usually for the troops. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't really think that that's going to mess up the Joshua Ruiz fight at all. So, I'm just looking forward to that fight. What other topics do we have?
We got the Derek Chisora and Joseph Parker face off, and we had the Manny Pacquiao, which you already said you rather see.
And the Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz.
Talking that shit.
Oh yeah. Chisora, that motherfucker is crazy, man. I saw Danny Alvarez posted that one of Joseph Parker saying he think you're a little bipolar. I agree with him. To Gary Russell, man, I'm finally see him just doing something. You know what I'm saying? I don't get good or bad with his pops. That's probably not the way to go. I mean, I don't really know Mexican culture like that, but the pops, you know, and you can see the respect level between Shawn Cruz and his father. So you don't want to fuck with that. But as I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast, because it's TBV for life. If you ain't on Patreon, it's because you stupid. Shouts out to El Camino. Peace.
Good call, champ. Good call.
Going out to California.
Mr. Info Joe.
Tell them the truth, yo! Tell them the truth!
This portion of the show we call
In the Know, presented by my brother.
Yo, what's up, my boxing brothers? Yo, hey, shout out to Stainless, man. Like you say, man, always shout out to boxing gods, man, most definitely. Yo, Ness, man, I was hurt seeing Kid Chocolate like that, man. Kid Chocolate is TBV family, man. He came to the first TBB appreciation night, and he's been to all three of them. And this dude is cooler than a fan. And shout out to Angulo, man. He did his job, man. But the dude, man, he was a shell of himself, man. He was fatigued in the fourth round. He looked like a deer with the headlights, man. He wasn't the same fighter that fought. I mean, he was just he can beat them pressure fighter dudes. We've seen that with Kasim Uma and other fighters come at him like that, man. He like he had bricks in his shoes, man. It was something wrong, man. I couldn't. But not to take nothing away from El Perro, man. He did his job, man. But that was not Kid Chocolate, bruh. That was not him, man. I felt bad. It was like seeing the guy dissolve right before your eyes. I don't care about him losing, but at least go out fighting like I know you know how to fight. And that was supposed to be a winnable fight. But let's move on. Ness, I was against you talking about being worried about Ruiz and AJ going to Saudi Arabia, but the bombing of the oil fields is a game changer. Quick backstory. Saudi Arabia has been bombing Yemen, the shit out of them, back to the Stone Ages for the last 5 years. Yemen finally retaliated big. Yemen is allies with Iran. Israel has been trying to get our Congress to go to war with Iran since Lord knows how long. This could be a World War III, man, popping off. Real talk, real shit, man. And anytime you fuck with American money as far as the oil fields, that's when they go to war. And that's what all of their wars is about, is money. But when you fuck with the oil fields, it could get funky over there, man. I will proceed with caution. Andy Ruiz and AJ. Stay on your fucking toes. But question for the callers and y'all. For those who Kovalov, if Kovalov knocks Canelo out, will y'all give him credit? This is to the callers and to the panel. Or will y'all say Canelo was supposed to lose because he's moving up to a higher weight class? That's my call. But also, hell no with Mikey, man. It should be him and Danny Garcia, man. And the winner faces Pacquiao, if anything. Peace, my boxing brothers. Shout out to everybody.
Peace, Joe.
Damn, if I'm gonna be consistent, then no. I'm supposed to knock out a little motherfucker moving up.
I mean, I was gonna say, like I said early on, I've been saying through the first 4 or 5 rounds, Kovalev is gonna be very dangerous. So I wouldn't be if Canelo gets knocked out. What would surprise me and would get credit from me is if Kovalev manages to pull off a 12-round decision. The longer this fight goes, I favor Canelo. But if he's to just spark Canelo, I wouldn't say it's something. It's like Mike said, you're supposed to be knock out the little man.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say it surprised me. Canelo ain't never been knocked out. Y'all crazy as hell. He never been knocked out. This would be Kovalev's probably biggest knockout. So yeah, it would surprise me, and I would give him a shitload of credit. Vice versa as well. If Canelo could pull the knockout off, he'll get a shitload of credit from me as well. Let me go out to our new Border War sign-up. He's ready for November 2nd. He wants to fight during Canelo versus Kovalev. He signed up for 160 pounds. Short notice fight like Andy Ruiz. He's not afraid. We still need what? What we need? 5 more? We need 5 more participants to get this card totally official in Vegas. Where all my LA dudes at? How you ain't gonna drive to see Canelo? But I speak none other than Caesar. All hail Caesar for signing up. What up, Caesar?
What's going on, man? Shout out to you for signing up for Border Wars.
What up? What up? What up, man? I told you I was gonna do it. I'm excited, man. I can't wait. Can't wait to strap him up and let him fly. But yeah, man. About the topic you guys are talking about, I definitely agree with Ness on the Mikey Garcia. I don't think he should go into a title fight coming off of a loss, especially that was a shutout. He should take a tune up, take something to get the people get some hope back in him. Because after that performance, I gave him a shot against Crawford. Now I don't even give him a shot against Crawford. I don't give him a shot against Thurman. So I'm just saying, you gotta get our attention again. But that's how I feel about that. But for sure. What else? Oh, Jojo Diaz. That's what I was gonna bring up too, man. Hopefully he gets that title shot against Farmer, man. He really deserves it. I feel like that'd be a great fight, a really competitive fight. But hopefully, fucking Golden Boy steps up and gets him that fucking fight, man.
For sure.
Yep.
So far, shout out to you. We got 3 fights. I'm not going to say that you confirmed in terms of taking the P Money fight. No need in rushing your decision just yet, but you are open to the P Money fight, which makes one. That would be our triple header. It would be the opener. It would be at 160 pounds. Then we would have, Eric Cruz versus Eddie Bola de Grasa, hometown fight for Eddie in Vegas at heavyweight. And then we could finish that with Sal and Jose at 185. We're still looking for 2 more fights. So it's actually 4 more people we need, not 5. Pardon me. But yeah, man, shout out to Caesar, man. And I see that was your sparring you sent in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was actually my very first sparring match. That was the first time I ever put on a headgear and sparred somebody.
Really?
And it was funny because coming off of that first round, man, I can't tell you, I was gasping for air. I was like suffocating in that thing with the mouthpiece and everything.
Yes.
I was like, but I was panicking. Once I got those jitters out of the way, I felt really more comfortable in there. And so I'm excited, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, man, I'm excited too. I'm glad that you are working on those jitters. That's what I tell everybody, man. It's totally different putting a mouthpiece on, even headgear. You got to get used to all that. The temperature rises. Everything is different.
You got to learn how to breathe with that mouthpiece in.
Mm-hmm. It's better to do your jump rope. I do my jump rope. I punch the bag. I do my mitt work. Everything with the mouthpiece.
Everything with the mouthpiece.
Has to have the mouthpiece in. But Caesar, man, thank you for calling in. Good night. Thank you for joining. Hopefully you inspire someone. You know what, Caesar? Unmute yourself again. Let me just get some backstory on you for anyone listening. What's your age?
I just turned 27. September 7th.
You turned what?
27.
27. Okay. And what's your nationality?
I'm 100% Mexican.
Okay.
Born in Sinaloa, Mexico.
Mexican style. What would you say your boxing style is?
You know what? I don't know yet.
You haven't
I don't know what my
yet?
style is.
You haven't
I haven't developed it.
Who would you say you try to emulate though, Caesar?
Oh, definitely. So I mean, I wouldn't emulate one person. I would have to pick and choose like footwork. I would probably go with Lomachenko, and just like defense would be Canelo, because I mean the defense is dope. I gotta learn how to move my upper body like that guy.
Yeah, man. So you working with a trainer or someone, or you got a friend that knows a little bit about boxing? Who's helping you out?
Actually, I got to shout out my boy Eddie Bola de Grasa, man. I got into contact with him, and we're gonna be helping each other out for this one.
Perfect.
There you go, Eddie, getting that work, Eddie.
Listen, man, motivate that motherfucker. We need him to get down to 185. He's got to lose like a whole nother person and shit. But maybe you being in there will motivate him for real, man.
Definitely, I gotta get on his ass, man. He's telling me 3 times a week. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be enough, Eddie.
I know. Listen, but if you could get him to 3, you'll get him to 4. You got to get him to those 3. Make sure he gets those 3 in. Then ask for that extra day. Listen, Caesar, thanks for calling in. But we got your potential opponent on, and that's none other than P Money. P Money, what it do?
Ooh, the suspense
What
is
up, P
killing
Money?
me. P Money, how are you?
Yeah.
Hey, P Money in the gym right now. I see the hand wraps.
You know that,
P
dude.
Money stay in the gym though. P Money, but how experienced are you? Because Caesar's a novice. I'm not trying to have you set nobody up. Cause you in the gym 24/7 on your Instagram, champ.
Nah, I know that, but I don't have. I've never sparred. Never like worked with a boxing trainer or anything. So I'm a novice too.
So what does your workout consist of? See, P Money.
He knows jujitsu. Like he's out there like fucking.
I
okay.
compete for jiu-jitsu and shit. But like boxing wise, I just have like a bag, a speed bag, jumper, just a small thing.
If I'm wrong, there's no striking, right? There's like mostly.
No striking at all. So.
Damn, I'm so happy Mike answered that because I was just about to say, fuck that jujitsu, man. That's a combat sport. He at least know how to throw punches.
Nah, it's fighting though, dude. I know how to stay calm, dude, in any position, man. Like, I know it's not punches, but dude, when somebody's got you in a fucking arm bar or they're choking you out, you still gotta stay calm. And I'm bringing a gas tank. I saw this dude sparring. He was gassed after 2 minutes. Yeah, I know what style I'm bringing. I'm bringing Triple G style, and he's not gonna be able to handle it. I'm gonna put this pressure on him, and then I'm coming for Ducey. I'm telling you that right now.
Everybody wants Ducey, bro. Everybody calls out the top. You know what Gary Russell said?
Nah, I'll show it though, Ness.
Gary
I'll
Russell
show it.
told
You know,
guys,
my
that's
first
the most
call, I called out
prestigious
Ducey.
belt. That's the most
P Money, but
prestigious.
you gotta understand, P Money. The champ picks you. He got a voluntary coming up.
He got a
I've been
voluntary,
calling his name,
but
though.
what you could do is definitely continue to do what you're doing and put yourself in a position for a mandatory. But every champion gets a man. Every champion
just go
gets a
find
voluntary.
Southside Ducey's dad and just like play with his chain and like record his stuff.
That's true.
Nah, I heard H Money was talking about his son, and that's how he brought him out.
Yeah.
But
we
you see what happened.
We don't allow the family talk. We don't allow the family talk, man. Because Ducey's part of the family now, man. You'll meet him, and he's nothing but a good guy, bro. And it's good times for sure.
Yeah, let me make that clear because a lot of new guys come in with this issue, bro. Border Wars is a family and a brotherhood. We talk trash to each other, get each other motivated for the fight, build up the fight. But we all brothers, man. We're not going to disrespect families, wives,
After the
children.
fight, we go out for huge dinners, man. 15, 20, 30 people at a dinner table at whatever restaurant. And, we chill. After that, 90% of the people end up at my house watching the fight. It's definitely a brotherhood, man. No different than the Fight Club, except we ain't letting you get all beat up like Brad Pitt was doing. He was letting his boys he said those was his boys, but he was letting them get fucked up. Dudes was
for
losing
real.
teeth.
He was fucking dudes up too.
Hell yeah, people were
Himself.
losing teeth, noses
Nah, but
getting broke.
real quick on the topic before you cut me, I agree with a dude called in like a week or two ago, and I'm pretty sure Big Mech said it. I think everything's running through Pacquiao. Honestly, I don't know why you guys aren't talking about the winner of Spence versus Porter more for Pacquiao, because honestly, I see probably Spence winning that fight, and then Al saying, because Pacquiao's the biggest draw, I'd say by far. I mean, Spence had one good pay-per-view with Mikey, but we all know Mikey sold the shit out of that motherfucker with the Mexican fans. But I think they'll do that fight, and then whoever gets the 3 belts goes over to Terrence Crawford and try to go for undisputed. But I think he wants Pacquiao to have those 3 belts and do the fight with Terrence.
Yeah, I mean, all roads lead to Pacquiao, but it's like I think Mike said, he picks you, man, or I think it was Superman. He picks you, so we can't really talk about the winner of Earl and Porter being next for Pacquiao because he decides,
Yeah, but that's one of them's gonna have 2 belts. Well, what else? Like, That's the big fight right there.
I'm sure Pacquiao will schedule his fight in a time where Earl or someone are busy. I'm telling you, man. I don't think he's going in that direction. But P, thanks for calling in. We got Brandon in Cincinnati. Talk to me.
What up, B?
What up, Brandon?
Good evening, Mike Ness, Super Max. Salute to you guys for a great show. Peter Quillin, let's just be real, man. The guy never had the heart for boxing. This was just, something to do to make money. I never thought he, really had the heart and desire to really be great. Whenever you give up your title for money, step aside money, and not defend it, we need to start questioning your heart right then and there. I like Al Heyman. I love what he does with his fighters, but Peter Quillin is when that plan backfires, when the Al Heyman plan backfires, that's a perfect example of what happened to Kid Chocolate. He decided to take money over defending his belts and shit. So, like I said, he went in there with a guy with a Mexican heart and just got outwheeled last night. As simple as that. Lil B-Hop look good, as usual. Starting to develop that grown man strength.
Prime time.
Yeah, just a year ago we were saying the guy have no knockout power. Now he's knocking everybody out, so he's coming to his own. They need to start promoting this guy a little more, getting him out there a little more. I mean, the fact that he ain't on the Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez level of notoriety is a shame. He needs to be up there and known just as much as them. And he's been on a big-time Netflix documentary, so that doesn't make any sense why he's not out, in the forefront a little more. Delorme looked good, especially for a guy who was supposed to just be a bum on Terrence Crawford's resume. He looked real well last night. Don't be surprised if you see him in there with somebody like Jamal James next. That'd be a decent fight. Both guys like to let their hands go. That'd be an exciting fight to make. Salute to Gary Russell, speaking that real shit in that interview. I love everything he said. I like everything he's talking about. He ain't holding no punches. He was going in on Leo. All that ducking that man been doing for years. Going in on Floyd, Tank. How PBC protecting some of these cats. They cash cow fighters. I respect that. I like to hear when fighters keep it 100. And a topic y'all ain't touch on. Derek James, you sound like a sucker, bro. That shit you said in that interview.
I just seen the headline. I gotta watch the motherfucking interview.
Yeah,
I just came across it.
Derek James sound like a straight sucker. A lot of people were saying, Bomac be talking shit again about Earl, but when Bomac talks shit in the sense that he wants to see the fight happen. My fighter will beat your fighter ass. Put Bud in the ring with Earl, he gonna beat Earl ass. Derek James ain't say none of that. Derek James turned it into a popularity contest. That was some lame shit.
All right, Brandon, thanks for calling in. We got Trill Scott. What up?
What up, Trill Scott? Yo, Trill.
Yo, what's up, fellas? Y'all got me?
We got you.
How y'all fellas doing?
Can't call it, man.
Can't complain.
That's good to hear. I feel like it's been a minute since I called in. Last time I called in, Dillian White was still on this bully shit. Hashtag 600 days. I just wanted to call in and address a couple of the topics y'all had on the show. Hear y'all thoughts after I'm done. First, I want to say that I thought that was a good FS1 card. It kept me entertained all the way throughout. I think that Quillin needs to go ahead and call it a career. I don't want to see him get beat on no more. That shit looked disappointing. He got whooped by a nigga with a dog collar. Other than that, I think Delorme made the biggest winner of the weekend. It was good to see him turn back the clock, whoop on the old boy. I want to see him fight one of these young prospects that they highly touted. Maybe Virgil Ortiz, Jamal James, Jared Ennis, one of those guys. What else I talked about?
Pacquiao.
Oh, Mikey. Yeah, Mikey. Mikey and Danny. Yeah, I want to see them two fight each other. I don't want to see Mikey fight Pacquiao. I feel like, that nigga lost every minute of the fight against Errol. While we giving him a world title fight in his next fight, I think he needs to fight at least somebody. It don't matter who it is, but he need to fight someone else rather than getting a title shot next. Pac-Man, I'll be cool with seeing him fight. This probably might sound weird, but I wouldn't have no problem with seeing him fight Andre Berto. I think Berto didn't put in a lot of work into the game, and I think he needs a retirement check. Pacquiao be that good one. After he get his ass whooped, he can go ahead and call it a career as well. What else y'all had on docket?
And Mayweather? God damn.
Gary Russell, yeah, he a clown. He out here clout chasing like a broad. Like, that was some lame ass shit that he was doing. If you want to fight, my nigga, fight. Like, you acting like you ain't got a direct line to this to Leo. Like, he doing a whole bunch of clown shit. That was weak, in my opinion. Other than that, it's kind of slipping my mind everything that y'all talked about. So I'm gonna get off this call. Just want to say one more time, what's going on with that B sample with Dillian White? Hashtag 600 days.
We're getting close to 700 days now.
Who we got up next?
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Trill. Looks like we got B. Paulie. Talk to me.
What up, B. Paulie, Super Tech King?
B. Paulie, what's happening?
Yo, B. You out there, homie? Yes, not. B. Paulie.
Damn, man. My motherfucker mic be muted, bro. I be having to go through this whole protocol before I start. What up, though, Mike? What up, Super Max? What up, Ness, man?
What up?
What's happening, champ?
I already lost about 20 seconds. But look, hey, that Gary Russell shit was funny as hell. It was kind of over the board. It was funny as hell because OG was just chilling like he didn't know what the fuck was up, man. He looked like he didn't know what was up, man. That was funny, man. I hope they get that fight. But Ness, you right, man. Gary Russell need to fight more often, man. It sounds like he just clout chasing. He too old for that shit, man. Peter Quillin, man, he came out the first round looking old, man. He might need to call it a wrap. He might need to call it a wrap, man. But yeah, I mean, that was a good fight. Angulo looked bad. Look, he didn't look like his old self either. But these fighters been in there for a minute, so can't expect too much. But damn, I mean, Quillin looked old as shit. But yeah, man, it was a good night of fights. I got my boy Spence next week, man, putting in that work against Porter.
Prime time.
Hey, my nigga, Lil B-Hop. Yeah, you right. My man who just called. I wish B-Hop would be bigger, man. Lil B-Hop is good. He good for the sport.
B. Paulie.
Motherfuckers want to call me as soon as God damn. Hold on. Shit. Y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Always want to call me as soon as I get on here. But look, hey, I ain't know my man from Fight Hub was like doing the commentary on for Fox Sports. Y'all see him on there?
Oh my god.
Y'all seen?
Yeah, Marcos. He's been doing that.
Hey, could you ever see yourself? I ain't know that. Could you ever see yourself doing that, Ness?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Can't say no.
Man, if you do, don't do the zone, man. They gonna put you in that weak ass suit and make you wear your shirt unbuttoned at the top, man. Don't do that, man. Hey, but look, smash that like, y'all, man. Shout out to TBV, man. Respect. Shout outs to Southside Deucey's left hook, man. I'm out.
Oh, if they paying for the suit, I'm wearing it, right, Mike? We got Rod in the 870.
Here we go. What's up, Rod?
How about the Cowboys, Rod?
Exactly. They kicking ass today, just like Quillin did last night. But Mike, you know I was calling in for you, right? So let me get out what I'm gonna say. Let's go. Rebut. You already know. So I agree with everybody called in. Quillin didn't look like himself. He looked like shit. And Angulo also looked like shit. It looked like an old folks fight. It looked like an old person fight. So both fighters didn't look like themselves. But we still have to score the fight. And just like Ness says, I actually scored the fight. Round by fucking round using my app. So if you want a screenshot of it, I'll send it to you tonight. Inbox your Instagram. I had it 7 rounds to 3 Quillin. And Angulo had moments in that fight. And that's what pissed me off about the scoring. Both guys look crazy. And Quillin never had heart to me. And that's why I don't give a fuck about him. So I don't even see why I'm defending him. But how can you fucking win 97 to 93, winning the first 5 rounds, and you said people like me don't watch the fight, but I watched every second of the fight, and my wife watched it with me. How can you get outlanded 166 to 59 and win a round in the first 5 rounds? That's what I'm saying. Hold on, let me finish. That's what I'm saying. So when I'm watching the fight, I'm seeing him land these punches. Now, like I said, both of them look shaky as hell, both fighters. And Angulo pretty much followed him a fucking round the ring the first 4 rounds and got punched in the goddamn head 3 to 4 times before he even threw a goddamn punch. I thought he was in there just to get a damn check. And he had his moments. He landed a punch on Quillin, and he would have his moments. Even in the 5th round, when he first hurt Quillin, guess how many punches he landed that round? 11 fucking punches to Quillin 30. That's what I'm saying. So I'm watching this round, and I'm watching Quillin win the whole round. I'm like, oh, Quillin win this round easy. And Angulo land 1 punch, then run up to Quillin, start pushing his fucking punches past his head, and then the commentators and everybody in the crowd yelling and hollering, and they give him the fucking round. That's what I'm tired of with boxing. When I watch a boxing match, I want to watch boxers win. I don't want to watch some bullshit where it's a crowd favorite, or like that Jeff Horn bullshit, or like when Mike Dunner fought Floyd Mayweather the first time, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching this shit as a boxing hardcore, and Floyd is out boxing this motherfucker for 7 to 8 rounds, and because he had 2 or 3 good rounds where he roughed Floyd up, motherfuckers want to say the fight was close. That's what I'm tired of. Score each round is scored individually. Watch the fucking fight. You cannot win a round for 2 minutes and 45 seconds and then a motherfucker land a flurry and then he's still around. That ain't how boxing works. If I'm punching you in your motherfucking head for 2 minutes and 30 seconds and you land 1 goddamn punch, you win because everybody hollered at your fan? Come on, man. We know that shit. That's boxing. Now I challenge y'all to go watch this on Film Study Tuesday. Go watch this fucking fight again. It's the same thing that happened. And like I said, Peter Quillin looked like shit. He should have dominated this guy because this guy looked like shit. But he didn't.
Rod in the 8-7 now.
Well.
We got.
Yeah, I would defend it, but it's like people in the chat is doing it for me, so I ain't really got to say too much about it. Rod, I respect your points, but I respectfully disagree with what you're saying. Peter Quillin was throwing punches, and I don't even look at the fucking punch count because I don't. Because at one point in time, Williams was up by like 30 punches on Delorme. 2 rounds later, the guy Delorme outlanded him by like 20 or 30 punches. So I don't really pay attention to the punch count. I pay attention to which fighter is more effective with their style in the ring. Peter Quillin was not effective with their style last night. He could not keep Angulo off of him. Even though Angulo was following him, Angulo was catching him with big shit almost every other round, man. He had Peter Quillin. It was one point in time that I was like, is Peter Quillin out on his feet? Because his eyes were just so big and so wide that I was just like, wow, Angulo must got some real power, or at least got some respectable power. So I hear your argument, but I disagree, man. I had Angulo winning, and I ain't really have it a split decision. I had a UD for Angulo, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, aggression, effective aggression, and effective punches can sway the round. I mean, we see it happen a lot. So that's where I would go with that. I mean, it's always gonna come down. Do you count a jab more than a power punch? You know.
Going out to.
Long Beach in the house, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a piggy. Man, what's good, family? Man, I hope everybody's blessed on this Sunday afternoon, this Sunday night for some of y'all. Everybody well. Everybody be well. I'm going to go back to what Joe said because I was, of course, at that same appreciation night. And that night, the fighters that were there was Caleb Plant, Peter Quillin, and Deontay Wilder, right? So, man, it wasn't that many of us, so we really got to really chill with them cats, dog. We was, like, hanging in circles, and the fighters was there. It was super dope, right? So, Caleb Plant, who was not that well-known at that point, really quiet guy, but I got that energy from him, you feel me? He felt like a fighter. Whatever that energy is, I felt it. Wilder, same thing. But when it came to Quillin, he was cool. Like Joe said, he was cool as a fan, but, like, too damn cool. In the sense that I got is that, you know, he comfortable already. You see everybody ceiling ain't to be the greatest. Some dudes just want to have, $200K in the bank, and they pretty much met their ceiling in life. So, that's the sense I got from him, and that's what it's been ever since. And that was 2015. And man, I think he's capped out. The problem a lot of athletes have when you spend your whole life in athletics, you can find yourself 35 years old and you're done with your career. Now you got to find something to do. So that's where I think Quillin is right now. Psyched for getting ready for Spence Porter. I got. Here's two scenarios I'm deducing. I still got some time to make a pick, but here's the two scenarios. Either Spence has to stop him or Porter wins. That's how I have it. Because I have Shawn outpacing him and out-hustling him enough rounds to win 7 rounds. And I think if you deduce it to that point, we can all imagine that. I think we can imagine if Errol's not able to stop that man, I got Shawn taking the decision. Canelo, man, look, I don't know how smart I got going to the University of Phoenix, but I'm still the only nigga on earth with this thing with Canelo. That's pretty obvious to me. I talked about it a little bit here. It's a clear pattern going on. So Canelo did this with Liam Smith and Chavez when he went down and fought those guys. Now, Mike went and did the research real quick, my last call, and he said, there was no testing, I think, for the Liam Smith fight, and then there was, I think, testing for the Chavez Jr. fight. Here's the pattern again. He's going to take 2 fights off again. What's the testing for Kovalev? Do we have any testing that's been told to us yet?
Nothing official right now. Normally, the VADA will tweet out what we welcome Kovalev and Canelo to the fight, and but they still have plenty of time to do so, but you just haven't done it yet.
So my theory applies, man. It's a cycling pattern. You'll see him probably not.
And really, it should be done here soon because you want like a 6 week because this fight was made on short notice, and you have September, October. So you want at least 8 to 12 weeks, but if you can't get the full 8, then you got to do what you got to do. And Canelo's the WBC franchise champion, so I'm sure he's under the VADA, the VADA program, right? Yes?
Should be, man. Let me go to NO. What up?
What up, NO? I miss your intro, nigga. Every time I heard it, man, it had me thinking about Juvenile back when I was in 5th, 6th grade, nigga, bumping that motherfucking 400 degree.
See, Mike, that was a whole classic right there, dog. I'm not even fucking no disrespect. I fuck with dude dog, but I'm not calling DV. That's dead already. That's done. That was the best, dog. That was one of the best intros that Casual ever made. Shout out to Casual for coming up with that intro, you dig? That bitch was spot on. I felt like I did that bitch myself, you heard me? But moving as I digress, you dig? Let's get on to this Peter Quillin shit. Peter Quillin been not hungry no more. I like Peter Quillin. He a good dude. Shout out to Peter, dog. But Peter gonna get hurt, dog, because when you into this boxing shit, you not hungry no more, you gonna wind up getting hurt, dog. It was a close fight. I felt like Angulo probably got the edge, but if Quillin would have got, I wouldn't have been mad if Quillin would have got the win, dog. But you can just tell that you can just do an interview with Peter Quillin and understand that dude is not hungry no more, dog. You know what I'm saying? He glad to be there. You know what I'm saying? Thank the man above. Shout out to L. And that's pretty much all he got to really say. He ain't really got no animosity or beef toward nobody. Just, he's just living his dream, dog. Now, let's get on to some gangster shit now. My dog, Gary Russell, want that smoke with everybody, man. And we not about to let that shit go under the radar, you heard me? You dig? This man winning. He went and put his arm around Santa Cruz daddy head, dog, his neck. You dig? He got Pops hostage, dog. You gonna let a nigga hold Pops hostage and not straighten that shit out? Not get to the bottom of that shit? You not looking for this nigga? Man, come on, dog. Mike, nigga, he ran Pops down, bro.
That's what I said, my nigga. That's what I said. Hey, nigga, my pops. Hey, ow.
Then I saw like 400 interviews, dog. Like Russell talking greasy. I'm talking about he coming at Tank, Santa Cruz. Though he still want Morez with the crack retina. He still want that, and he want the white boy, and he still want the white boy.
He called him the white boy too. That's fucked up. Lomachenko.
Come on, man. Come on. What else you want this man to do?
No, I can't believe you fell for that shit.
I fell for it, man. He got his hand around his daddy neck, man.
Hey, I know.
Yes, man. He got his hand around Pop neck. Man, let a nigga put his arm around my daddy neck, man. Let's see what he have him out here, man.
Yo, name one fighter that Al got that didn't get the fight he asked for. Go ahead, I'm gonna wait.
All right, look, name one person that let a nigga put his arm around his daddy's neck. You heard me? On video.
Don't answer a question with a question. Don't answer a question with a question. Don't answer a question with a question, because I see Earl getting everything he asked for. I seen Porter been asking for Danny. He got Danny. There's videos of Porter flying from Vegas to New York for Danny. He got Danny. Laura got Canelo. Trout got Canelo. Andy got Joshua.
If a nigga put his arm around Andy's neck, tell me what Danny gonna do. Tell me what Danny gonna do.
Stop. Do not be
He gonna
a
die.
sheep.
He gonna die behind that shit out.
Who?
Keep it real. He gonna die behind Angel.
Who?
You did? Shawn gonna die behind Kenny, man.
Who?
You did?
Who?
Shawn. He said if a nigga put his hand around Kenny Porter nigga like that.
Yeah. You know what? He's 100% right, and this is the difference. All the motherfuckers know English. Angel turn around and smack you. He will smack you. Okay?
The Angel nigga
they all know English.
On the first
they
fight.
They all know English. You ain't gonna come and put your hand around Ken Porter and talking to your phone in English, talking slick. Y'all see, hey, no, you still on the line. That's corny. That's corny. That's corny. How you respecting her? How you respecting Leo Santa Cruz's father? Don't even know what's going on. Do it to a motherfucker ain't no English.
Leo know what's going on.
You're not listening. 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 You're not listening.
You telling me Tank don't know what the fuck going on?
He wouldn't have done that to Tank father. He wouldn't have done that to Danny father. He wouldn't have done that to Sean father because they know English.
We'll never know because they don't fight at 126. We'll never know that. But what I do know, he hacked up fucking Leo Pop. That's what I know. He want that smoke.
Hey, man,
he want
that's how you interpret it. That's how you interpret it.
1/3.
That's how you interpret it. That's how you interpret it. Not me. Not me. Definitely not me.
Anybody from the streets know what that means like that. You heard me?
I was not fooled. I was not fooled
from the fucking roads. You heard me?
I was not fooled by the dude that fights once a year and his biggest name on his resume is a loss to Lomachenko. I was not fooled. I was not fooled.
And that'll be the last nigga I let put his arm around my dad's neck. This nigga fighting one time a year. Man, you got me fucked up, nigga. I get down 3 times, 3 to 4 times easy. You heard me?
Fucked up right quick. Puffing all this shit.
Man, I better get it said, bro. I better get a response from Tank, Leo, and who else? Kevin Foreman. Man, he came all that Foreman. Don't nobody give a fuck about Foreman. He can't
90 seconds.
Come on, man.
I know. I've left you on this line, and you have not answered my question, though. I'm arguing your shit. You don't want to answer my shit. Who the fuck has Al not gotten the big fight for? Don't sit here and tell me Gary Russell want the big fight and he can't get it.
Gary Russell's doing it.
Man, all right, bro. No, all right. Your call's done, bro. I'm not going to go back and forth with
60
you. You don't even want to
seconds.
admit. You don't even want to admit the truth. It's impossible, bruh. The man has gotten the big fight for everybody down to Vernon Forest, man. For everybody. He has yet to leave a dude without the big fight. Even Seth Mitchell got a crack at a big fight. Like, stop it, bruh. Stop it. Stop it. I'm not believing Gary Russell. I'm not. No. Y'all bugging. Oh, Yo, show me how he gonna pull that off with Ken. So Ken gonna sit there with a smile and say, yeah, my son ducking you? No, that's why he did it with him, man. That's why he chose that person. That's why he chose that person. He won't choose Tank Father to put his hands around or Calvin Ford to put his hands around.
He seen his daddy in there. He went over there and did what he did.
All right.
I'm sure if that shit was anyway, he probably would have been like, hey, Tank Daddy, where your son at? You know what? I want to beat his ass. I mean, I'm sure.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see where it's transparent. Not when there's a language barrier. Not when there's a language barrier.
Was with Leo Santa Cruz daddy. All I'm saying is, if he would have pulled that stunt with anybody else, I think they'll respond. And Leo did respond, but I think they'll want that fight a little bit more. And we'll see. I'm not saying Leo don't want to fight. We'll see. This could push him over the edge, and they make this fight. So
I've been hearing Leo in interviews say he want the fight. I just told y'all there's an interview since September 3rd saying he want the Gervonta Davis or the Gary Russell fight. If I'm Leo Santa Cruz, I'm asking for the Gervonta Davis fight because don't nobody know Gary Russell. Gary Russell need me.
And that's the point of the whole argument. Like when does it get past the point of people not knowing somebody and the hardcores know them? The hardcores know this is one of the best, two best in the division going up against each other. When does the best just gotta fight the best and not look for the big name?
When it makes financial sense. That's how it always is. It's how it always is. You want that to change, but you don't want Mikey to get a tuna. You want Mikey to go straight into a pay-per-view. It's the same logic, bro.
It's the best fighting the best, though.
It's the same. So Mikey's the best, and Pacquiao's the best.
Mikey's one of the best, yes, best fighters around 140, 147. And Pacquiao's not a naturally big 147. So I believe Mikey could have success with him. And I believe Mikey could beat Pacquiao, period. I'm on record right now today. If Mikey Garcia fights Pacquiao, I might fuck around and pick Mikey Garcia.
You're also right now putting yourself on record stating that because he's smaller, it's a better fight. So technically, I didn't cut you off. Technically, it is not the best fighting the best. It is the best person for Pacquiao to fight. That is not the best in the welterweight division. Another mistake you made was saying, oh, he's the best in and around 140, 147. No, he had one fight at 147 where he got his ass completely kicked. Come on, bro.
And he had one fight at 142. So, like I say, he's around 140, 147. He's been rumored fighting Danny Garcia.
But he's not the best at 47. You can't say that.
He went up against arguably the number one guy in the weight class.
And how does that make you one of the best at 47 when you lost?
No, Mikey Garcia can fight.
Okay, so
it's a better matchup for Mikey Garcia.
Bruh, how are you the best at 47, but
are you
lost
nervous because if Mikey Garcia beats Pacquiao, then that makes Keith Thurman look washed?
How are you the best at 47 if you had one fight and lost at 47? You didn't answer that.
Because of the matchup. My eyes tell me that Mikey Garcia.
So then say it's a good matchup. Don't say it's the best fighting the best if you can't find
a
way to say he's the best.
Mikey Garcia is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. If he fights at 147 or 140.
47. He's not the best at 47. He has no win to back that up. You're just making that up. Where are you getting it from? Show me an article. Like you tell me, show me an article. Send me a link. Where are you getting this from?
Let me look at the rankings at 147. Box rec.
Dominic Boomerang.
Yo, what's good? I'm gonna have to say this, man. If Mike is gonna say that he's the best at 147, then do you think Mikey can beat Terrence Crawford? Mike?
Yo,
now,
you're obsessed with Terrence Crawford, champ.
Right now, Mikey Garcia is the number 8
I'm saying facts. Like if you say just say what you want to say.
Can
Mikey beat? Can Terrence
if
Crawford
he's the number 8, that means there's fucking 7 people better than him. That means he is not the best.
I'm not. I didn't say he was the best.
Mike.
I said best fight the best.
Can Terrence Crawford beat Mikey Garcia?
He's not gonna answer you, Dominic.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dominic. I'm sorry.
Man, that's fucking weird.
Go ahead.
I said, can Terrence Crawford beat Mikey Garcia? Do you believe Terrence Crawford can beat Mikey Garcia? That's all I'm asking.
Yes.
Then why don't you want to see it? Pound for pound, the best, right?
No, I didn't say he was pound for pound the best. I'm saying he's one of the best fighters in and around the division. If Mikey Garcia wants to fight Pacquiao and Pacquiao wants to fight him, I don't see a problem with it. And I think Mikey Garcia can possibly win the fight. Do you?
For as a Terrence Crawford fan, you should try to get at that because Terrence Crawford ain't got nothing next.
If they ain't crossed the road, they ain't gonna cross the road, but dog.
We all know TBV paints the motive sometimes, and I think you should paint the motive that Terrence Crawford should fight Mike Garcia. Instead of always saying Errol Spence is ducking and shit like that, just keep it real.
I'd rather see Terrence Crawford and Danny Garcia. I think that's a more competitive fight.
Hey, Supermax. Supermax still here?
No, he's gone.
Oh, okay. That's all I had to say, man. And paint that motive, man, because that's a good fight for Terrence. That's my call.
All right. And with the boomerang, even though he had like 10 minutes, not saying nothing.
Man, look, you heard me? I done stated my case on this shit, you dig? This man won't smoke with every fucking body, you dig? And to tell a nigga, this man got the WBC belt, the most prestigious belt they got out here. Mauricio Suleiman, he over the top of this shit, looking down and shit, you heard me? Everybody won't be a part of that. But all of a sudden, don't nobody want the fucking belt at 126, you dig? I mean, dog, don't nobody see nothing strange with that shit? Frampton, you dig? Santa Cruz, fucking the dude that's the next level up tank. Oh, man, why? Man, just beat the nigga. Put that little nigga in the ring and whoop the fuck out of him. Don't nobody want to do the shit. You dig? Now you can say don't nobody know him, but you rather a nigga fight somebody who a nigga really don't know than to fight Gary Russell, that a nigga that you knew, but everybody might not know. You rather like Dunno, who on Ryan go see about, like, you want to see that nigga fight them type, you want to see them dudes fight them dudes instead of Gary Russell. That don't make no sense to me, dog. If you ain't gonna do nothing else, fight Russell. Don't duck Russell and fight some other cat that we don't give a fuck about. That's my thing, dog. You see what I'm saying, Ness? Like, Ness, you cool with, all right, he ain't fight Russell, because all that shit there and whatever nigga talking about, you dig, and go fight some cat named Baghdad. I'm not feeling that shit, dog.
Bruh, your energy ain't the same. Mine's is. The same way I don't want Danny or Mikey to get a Pacquiao fight, Gary Russell don't deserve nobody fight based off nobody that he fighting.
This man longest reigning champ, dog.
He ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody, and that's a vacant title. Fuck that.
He fought the white boy,
that's
man.
A vacant, and he lost. And he lost. He a vacant title champ. Who he get this belt from? Who he get this belt from? Who he get this belt from? Since you the fucking president of the Gary Russell Jr. fan club, who did he get this belt from?
What you just said? Who he got the belt from?
Yeah. Johnny Gonzalez.
You got the belt
Johnny Gonzalez. Johnny Gonzalez is who he got the belt from.
I was about to say that. I was trying to make sure that was the question you was asking me. He got it from Johnny Gonzalez, who knocked out who, Ness, to get the belt.
Abner Mars.
Who Gonzalez knocked out?
Abner Mars.
Who was Tank about the fight?
But I don't think he knocked out. Hold on, let me double check that. I don't think he knocked out Mars for the belt. Stop lying. Let me check that shit.
Man,
let me check that shit. Let me check that shit. Let me check that shit.
I'm trying to kill my man time with this tactic right here.
Man, look, check this out, dog. Why you figuring that out, man? I'm about to finish burning like you dig on some shit.
Right.
This man knocked out Johnny Gonzalez, that knocked out Abner Morris. You dig? That this the same cat that Tank and all these other dudes won't fight. You heard me?
Come on, dude. This dude 40 years old. He 40 years old.
Abner Morris twice.
He fought Abner Morris twice.
Who fought Abner Morris twice? Who?
Leo Santa
Cruz.
Yeah, he fought Abner Morris twice. He fought Abner Morris when he was undefeated.
So why the fuck he couldn't fight Russell?
Because he fought Abner Morris when he was undefeated.
And he fought the dude from overseas twice. I forgot his damn name. I see the name earlier.
Carl Frampton.
Yeah, Frampton, motherfucker. What the fuck Frampton did ever since he fought Leo Santa Cruz?
Bro, you gonna act like
Frampton? What I'm saying,
you gonna act like Frampton wasn't a big. Hold on, no, Mike, don't ride with him, Mike. Mike, don't ride with him. Don't ride with him. See, he lying.
What you mean don't ride this facts? I'm giving you all
You're
facts right now.
You're not giving me facts. You're not giving me facts. Ever since Gary Russell won the title from Johnny Gonzalez, he done nothing with it. Carl Frampton at least did shit with that IBF. Remember, he even unified. He fought Scott Quigg. He got better wins. Stop it. You're lying.
Who Quigg beat? Who Quigg beat after that shit, man? See what I'm saying?
So now it matter what you did after Frampton whooped your ass, huh? After Frampton changed your career. And yes, Quigg has been in different fights since then. Quigg fought for another world title versus Valdez after that and gave him hell.
This man a champ. This man is why ain't nobody trying to be undisputed? Why ain't nobody trying to be undisputed? Why ain't nobody trying to be undisputed, dog?
Abner Morris is like clearly the better win.
You going in and out?
I'm going in and out.
No, Mike.
I was saying Abner Morris is clearly the better win.
Better, but Gary Russell didn't beat Abner Morris.
But he beat Johnny Gonzalez.
Oh my God! Triangle theory. Triangle theory. That's what y'all saying.
You're saying that Scott Quigg is better. It's a better win than Gonzalez. Scott Quigg didn't beat anybody.
That's not what I'm saying. You over here, no, that's not what I'm saying. You over here trying to be his co-defender. That's not what I'm saying. You trying to help him. That's not what I'm saying. I never said that. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying Frampton got one win, right? Then he got a second win, Mike, which is Scott Quigg. I'm saying Gary got one win, then he got no second win. I'm saying Frampton got more secondary wins than Gary Russell. As a champ, though. I'm talking about taking the IBF belt and then doing something after. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm going to Google Carl Frampton, and I'm going to put you side by side
JoJo was a nice contender, dog. You got to give him the JoJo win, dog.
Bruh.
You got to give him JoJo.
You gotta see what JoJo gonna do from fucking here on.
I ain't even. That was a mandatory. That was a mandatory, right, Mike? That was a mandatory. Like they even
that was a mandatory.
They was even going to first bid.
Still a win.
Carl Frampton.
If JoJo go out here and beat
that's what I'm saying. We gotta stop the bullshit, dog. We gotta stop this motherfucking bullshit and letting these dudes get away with that fucking ducking shit, man. They did the same thing to Rickendall, man. Rickendall got to go up there and fight Lomachenko, and they got all these champions right here. This man weight class, man. That's that blackball and shit that that shit phony, man. I'm tired of seeing that shit in boxing, dog. It's always a certain fighter in a certain division that always get the shit into the stick like that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Everybody cool with everybody ducking this man and shit. Same shit happened to
So look, when Frampton became a champ, Gary Russell failed to be a champ, right? 2014, Frampton he got the belt in the IBF at 122. So somehow a smaller man is ducking Gary Russell because you don't want to give no context. You just want to say what you want.
He come up to fight Leo.
You done?
So what's down with the WBC?
You done? Because after he lost to Vasil, he fought Christopher Martin, natural 122-pounder. You know what I'm saying? But you turn around, and after Frampton won that belt, let me see who he won that belt from. IBF belt. Oh, he got it here too. Wait, this one is what? No, this is a Continental. This also Continental.
Come on.
That don't even work. That was the Continental. That was the Continental, man. That's garbage. Come on, Frampton, you making me look
Man.
bad.
So what's up with these motherfuckers at 130 then, you dig? So, because you protecting everybody at
He won the official
130?
belt. Look, he still won the official belt in 2014. I was right. Damn, thank God. 2014, he won the official belt from Kiko Martinez. Let me just give you some context. Gary Russell, his last fight is to Kiko Martinez. 5 years later. 5 years later. And you hear me over there in New Orleans? 5 years later.
Look, see, though, you trying to deflect, man. This man,
I'm deflecting. Hold on. I'm deflecting. I'm deflecting. Let me just give you the rest, though. Let me give you the rest. Fuck it, right? Let's give you the rest. Fuck it. 2014 beat Kiko Martinez. It's the second time too. So let's just let you know that he been stepped up to Kiko Martinez level. He just beating him a second time for a belt now. Okay, so he stepped up. Then he comes. He wins that belt. So he comes back and he tunes up versus Chris Avalos. You know why this has got good context, Mike? Because Chris Avalos and Chris Martin actually fought each other. And after Gary Russell lost to Vasyl Lomachenko, he fought Chris Martin. So except Frampton is winning. And now he's defending versus Chris Avalos, right?
Yeah, he only fought Kiko one time, though.
Who?
Gary Russell.
No. I'm talking about Frampton fought him twice.
Oh, Frampton.
I said Frampton fought him twice. I said Frampton been stepping up before. He fought him without a belt, and then he fought him again for a belt. And then Gary Russell came and fought him 5 years later. Okay? I hear you trying to help, Eno. It's all goody good. Now, hold on. Eno, your time up, Eno. You mad. You mad I'm making you look bad. Your time up. Get out of here. All this. Come on now. So we talking about, look, Mike, in 2014, we talking about my man stepping up twice already. Before he actually won the belt, he already beat Kiko, right? So cool. Then he defends it versus Avalos. Cool. I don't know who the fuck Alejandro Gonzalez is, so I'm not even going to fake it. But then he went up and he unified with Scott Quigg. I don't know why Eno trying to take anything from him. He unified. So then after he unified with Scott Quigg, guess what he did? He moved up. And challenged Leo Santa Cruz. So now Eno want to get mad at Frampton for somehow ducking Gary Russell for choosing not to move up and fight Russell. Like that's a duck somehow. You know? So Mikey ducked Pacquiao, Thurman, Porter, like get out of here. And then after he did that, Mike, he fought him again in a rematch. Okay, so he beat Santa Cruz and he said, I'm going to give you a rematch. And then Santa Cruz beat him. So somehow he was ducking while being an honorable dude and giving out a rematch in a tight fight. He was somehow ducking. Okay, so then he loses to Santa Cruz and he tunes up versus Honorio Garcia, you know? And we all seen that fight wasn't good. It went 10 rounds with a dude we never heard of. So then he had Nonito Donaire. And even that fight was tight. So somehow in his rebuilding, he was also ducking Gary Russell. Come on, bro. Come on. Whatever, man. Whatever. The problem is Gary Russell's done what? Let's see. 2014, when he went for that title, lost to Vasyl. Then he fought Christopher Martin. Then he won the belt from Johnny Gonzalez. We just went through the pedigree of that. Good win. Knockout over Gonzalez, who knocked out Abner Mares, who has, you know, ties with Leo Santa Cruz. So he beats him. And just like Santa Cruz, you know, he needs that title defense, right? He goes to Foxwoods and he fights Patrick Hyland, Snooki's fighter. Then after that, he fights a year later. All right, let me put this into context, right? So he loses to Vasyl in 2014, comes back the same year, tunes up in 2014, right? Comes back next year, fights Johnny Gonzalez in March, right? And says, yo, I'm out. I'll be back April next year, and I'm going to defend my belt once versus Patrick Hyland. Then he says, yo, I'm out. I'll be back next year and only defend my belt again versus the mandatory. Then says, yo, I'm out. I'll be back next year and only defend my belt versus the mandatory, Joesph Diaz. Then says, yo, I'm out. I'm going to get a voluntary defense. You telling me Al Heyman could only come up with enough money to entice Kiko Martinez, the same Al Heyman that got every other black and Latino fighter the big fight of their career? Come on, man. I'm not believing Gary Russell, bro. If that wasn't in a good enough case, whatever. Y'all lost. Y'all lost sheep.
Well, I'm just saying, BoxRec got Leo Santa Cruz rated number 1 in that division. Gary Russell rated number 2. Might as well see the best 2 in that division fight each other.
Yeah, the problem with that is Leo's been saying he's been wanting to move up. Well, should he stay there because he can't? Because he needs.
No, if he wants to move up, let him move up. If Gary Russell want to follow him, then follow him up to 130.
And Gary, pound for pound, Gary has never moved up, Mike. Why Guillermo Rigondeaux can move up 2 divisions to fight Vasyl Lomachenko and try to make a fight and prove his greatness? I mean, he's never moved up. So now I gotta have the same energy. I don't mean to cut you off. I just want you to have a little bit of context. Here's some energy, right? When Islandri Lara, who was a natural 154-pounder, still is a natural 154-pounder, hasn't moved up. He's been calling out Gennady Golovkin at least 5 years. Gennady Golovkin fanatics would say, fuck off, Lara. You ain't serious. Go get a real 160 fight. Let's see how you do, and then we will take you serious. But Gary could sit at 26 his whole career, never move up not once, call Gervonta a shorty, call Leo a shorty, say he wants smoke in higher divisions, but he's not moving up? Can he move up? Can he show us that he's serious?
I mean, I don't hold it against anybody for not moving up. No, I don't hold it against Shawn Porter for not moving up or Keith Thurman for not moving up. Or no, man, I just don't. I mean, like, if you're comfortable with that weight class and you're comfortable with making that weight, then do your thing. Like, if you ain't struggling, shit, it's all about business, right? That's all I'm saying. A lot of guys don't move up, man. Don't mean that they're not good. You know what I'm saying? It just means that they are comfortable just within that division. Gary Russell been talking about going up to 130, so we'll see if he holds true to his word.
I don't know, man. Al got Eubank the Gale fight. That was a fight he always wanted. You see David Benavidez getting his title shot again. He got Caleb Plant his title shot. I'm just saying, man. Lubin got his rushed title shot, right? People were saying, no. He was saying, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to believe it, man. I'm just not, yo. But whatever. I'm done with the topic. NesGTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch me on the morning show mañana.
Follow me on IG at Grouse1911 or on Twitter at Grouse2312. You can also follow Big Supermex on Big BIG_ Supermex56 on IG. Peace out.
Peace.